So, first of all, where was this? It was here. Nope.
The pen.
It's still there actually.
Ah.
So we're still good to go. Yeah, got your water.
Mm.
You got your smile. Make this way. Like that. Some good rain. Ooh.
Karibu nikwambie peekaboo. Tabe.
Yeah. Peekaboo. Hmm. Do we have? Yes, we do. Good. Good evening.
Hi friends. Huyu ni wa Miss Rachel.
But our Miss Rachel, there are very many out here.
Hi friends.
They are our universal mother.
Nick is VP.
Oh, Nick is back. I don't know, you are like halfway. I know it's the two of us.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So, guys, welcome to our session number 2. It's been a busy day. Today we've been having sessions back to back because of the last event that we had, the last live. So some of you booked and we've been having sessions since morning. But today we're going to talk about the types of love men and women want. And as we talk, if you have questions around that, you can ask in the comment section and then we are going to tackle it. Okay? Any form of question that you'd want, make sure you comment there. Those guys who are new here, welcome to the Middles. Yeah. And people keep asking what Middles is. Middles is simply an identity framework. What makes you you? Who are you outside of that role, that title? Who are you beneath what you tell yourself that you are? That is what Middles is. So when I tell you welcome to the Middles, I'm telling you welcome to the real you. This is where you find yourself. And if you are unable to find yourself, book a Middles reset session. Will help you find your true self. Let's do this. Now.
So we just written down points that we will discuss on. This is just a segment of the premarital or marital classes that we do on the side. Maybe you can talk about it kidogo before we go to the points.
So quickly, before we get into this, we normally have dating, premarital, marriage, and post-marriage classes where couples come in, or if you're an individual and you don't want to go through it, we have a program for between 4 weeks and 6 weeks. That is 2-hour classes, 2-hour session classes once a week. Sometimes we tailor them to just be 1 week because some of you are in totally different time zones and some of you don't have the time to wait a whole month to do sessions. So what we normally do, we tailor it between as per convenient time. We tailor the sessions. If it's premarital, like right now we have one for premarital that we are doing quite a number of people. So if you have a premarital, we tailor it. If it's in the evening for us or during the day for you, for us, we tailor it for you. Then we go through it. First, we have an audit for the two of you individually. And then we bring you together and we take you through the classes. The reason we came up with it like that, even for marriage, we always first do an audit for the individual before we get into the actual class, so that we get to understand who are you, why are you in this marriage, why do you want to get married, what was your past like, what is your future like, what are you looking at, so that by the time we get into the class, it's not just information. It's something tailored for the two of you after the information that has been gotten about the two of you. That's how we do the classes. For you to book, use the number on your screen. That's 0701318388. That's a number, that's our WhatsApp number. I've seen some people selling some other things here online. This is the only number. If you ever want to contact us, use this number or the link on our bio or DM directly on this account only. There's no other. Okay? Good. Let's get into it.
So types of love that men and women want. Because once you understand that we are individual, first of all, there's nothing like equality. There's nothing like equality. Once you understand that,
Mm.
then maybe it will make sense when we say men are different and women are different. And in a relationship, we come in to complement each other because it's never equal. For example, if you want to know there's no equality, um, if you beat me right now, pale kwa barabara, utauawa.
Yeah, very fast.
But if I beat you, people will just pass.
Mm.
Unachapwa na msichana. So it's never equal. So once you understand that, then you understand the dynamics of how a relationship works, then it helps, because a relationship is not, sometimes it's not just basically man and woman. A relationship is all rounded. Be a relationship between you and your brother, you and your dad. Relationship is wide, right? But today we are focusing on the romantic relationship. So point number one, women want sacrificial love, while men want them to be loved for their core. I can expand on the tunafanana. I can expand on the women's side. So for women, we want sacrificial love. I want to know, can you go over and beyond for me? Can you even cut your legs just to make sure I'm surviving? No, kwa Titanic vile the guy sacrificed himself to die like the Messiah.
And the table was big enough,
na hiyo
surely.
meza wangetoshea. So women want sacrificial love. Can you give me everything? Can you give me your last 200? Can you give me your love, your money, your everything? I want to know, mimi ndio I'm taking everything. But for men, they want to be loved for their core, because men are trained to be loved for what they can give. For example, if you're going for dowry payment, for a girl, if you're introducing a girl to your family for marriage, they say, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Wow, she smiles so nicely. But for a man, the question is normally, what does he do? Because he is loved for his capacity to be able to give or take care, or, So now when it comes to the relationship world, a man wants to be loved for who he is, without feeling I need to give you something to love me. And that's why you find at the end of the day, when it comes to the marriage world, eventually wives get to now have a bigger say in the man's whatever property, and if it's a healthy marriage, property, land, and everything else, because you feel like your wife loves you for you, not because you have made money and now you can buy the love. You understand? So men want to be loved for their core, but women want to be loved sacrificially.
Hi, kid. Amazing explanation, by the way. You understand what we actually want, because I'll add just slightly, because I don't want to dilute what you just said. When she means what she means by saying men want to be loved at their core, not by the value of what they provide, is the minute a man notices that whatever I offer you, if it is not there at any one point, if it's not there, there's a way you act, there's a way you treat me, there's a way you talk to me, I realize that in absence of that thing, you don't really care about me. And this is how you find men going to other places or to other things, go to either to work, look for another person. They're trying to look for somebody who can love them in absentia of this thing that he must provide. The reason you have partnerships like this now is the only way you'll understand whether this is an actual thing, this is a real thing, this is not pretense, is in the absence of whatever you two give each other. For example, if the man majority of the time pays most of the bills, when those bills are not being paid because it's that time of the year when business is not doing well, but she has some capacity to sort those bills, does she actually do it? The man will be watching. Does she actually do it? If there are no lights and the man is wherever he is, maybe he's not picking up the phone, will she actually sort those lights out? Or she must wait? She cannot take out her money and actually sort that out. That is how somebody realizes, without giving this money, this woman does not really care about me. And when a man notices that, ladies and gentlemen, good luck. He already knows where you've placed him. And even in future, whatever you say or tell him, he will never include you in most of the things. Because when a man meets a woman that he can tell that this one is with me 100%, he doesn't fear building with that woman. Because deep down she can tell this is not fraud that is happening here. I'm not being played. This is not a game. This one is here to do it as long as possible. The reason why, I just add this, yeah? The reason why you will not hear much of how we've explained this on social media is because the minute you propagate a good relationship online, people will always bash you. People will always talk against it because they can't understand. What do you mean when he doesn't have? He should be having. What do you mean I have to sacrifice, quote unquote? What do you mean I have to adjust? What do you mean I have to calm down? What do you mean you serve? We were making a joke about this earlier. What do you mean you serve him while kneeling, or you serve him while playing games? What does that mean? So people don't understand this, but they want it. They desire it. They wish that was happening with them. So when it comes to the love and in partnership, that a partnership that is actually going somewhere, there's no, if there are conditions as to why you're with that person, that is not love. And somebody here will say, but everything is conditional. And I know we're going to come to a point like that everybody loves with a condition. There's something I get from her, there's something she gets from me. Okay, good.
There's a comment here. Someone is saying, so far adult relationships, love is usually conditional. Only children should be loved unconditionally. My opinion is, if you're going to love your children, I think, first of all, every relationship is transactional. It's transactional and conditional, even from your siblings. They love you because the condition is you are their sibling. You understand? And I tend to appreciate the other type of relationship, this type, because you don't have to love me. You can decide not to. But you see, for my sister, nitaenda wapi na mimi ni wao. You understand? But when it comes to kids, I like to say, even if you love your kids unconditionally, which should be the case, do not make your kids the center of your life. Because what we are seeing, people come here and rant on social media when their kids have, failed to maybe reciprocate in the same way what you expected in form of love from them, you become a bitter parent. Make your partner, and this is a safe space for people who want intentional relationships, not for those who are venting out of personal experiences. People who still believe there's hope in love. This is why I'd say, don't make your kids the center of your life. Love them to death, but at the same time, love yourself more. So that if they don't choose you, if they grow up and outgrow you, you don't become a bitter person. Then you are cursing them out here. You are really saying a lot of things. Been seeing people, throw words at their kids because you feel like you love them and they're not loving you back in the same way. So I think don't make your kids the center of your life. There's another question here. Niwaulize, mwanaume akiwa na kitu inamsumbua, anakucut off, anarudi time ako sawa, utafanya aje? First of all, Joan, if let's first agree, how is the nature of the relationship? How do you guys relate first? Because men tend to share when they feel safe. If ashai kuambia kitu akafeel umemwattack nayo, utapata hiyo ndio reason anashindwa kukuambia. Or kama deep within anafeel it's not a very safe space to open up, to share, they tend to keep it to themselves. And that's why Kitambo used to say, you see, we find men are dying faster and then women are not, because they tend to keep a lot within themselves. But in 2026, you're trying to make healthier relationships. Can it be a safe place where we can talk about anything without feeling judged? Last time we said we made a prayer for our family that this home will be a safe place. Enye ukitoka uko nje kama kumedhoka, you can always come home and find it safe. Even if you want to tell me something very sensitive, like today I saw a serious bank transaction, mefanya nido, but I should be a safe person that you can be able to share. The same way we were saying, we want to raise kids, venye akipatikana na ngori uko nje, the first person anafikiria, let me call mom, let me call dad. Si ati we ni Simba Marara. Now, if you bring it to context, Joanne, there's a way you can be safe. How is your reaction? At first, when we started, I didn't know how to react. My first reaction was, in fact, hadi akifikiria kuniambia kitu anashanga, atasikiza ama atashout. And because growing up, that was the way of communication that I learned. you shout at the other to pass authority, you shout at the other to command the day, to, I mean, kupitisha kauli ya siku, for lack of a better word. So I got to a place yenye I was not, anashanga nitaambia aje huyo hiyo na atachukua kweli aje. So you need to be a safe place, and sometimes ukiona hayuko safe place, yeah, I feel kama wewe ni safe place, talk to him, mwambie you can tell me kikidhoka, you can tell me, you can count on me. In fact, ukishikwa police station, hata kama umebeba sigara mbaya, call me, kabla tutapigana, lakini nitakuja kukutoa. So once amejua you are the safe place, utapata it's easier for them to vent kwako. But if your reaction is maybe you overreact before listening, kama mimi hata singe ngoja umalize, nishasikia, nishakuwa triggered very fast, hadi anashangaa. Okay, so it takes a lot of learning and relearning to become a better person, even for yourself, for your kids, for everyone around you that you relate with.
Joanne, what she's saying is true. The first reason why most men will never talk to you and tell you what is going on is because of how you react. Anything I bring to you, your first reaction is you raise your voice.
Blame him.
You first raise your voice. There is always a process. You first raise your voice, and then you remind the person of how good or bad they are. So you blame them for whatever it is that's happening. And then you take the tone and put yourself as the almighty queen, in that whatever information you had given him earlier, if only he would have listened, now you would not be in this situation. But then he looks at it and remembers what you actually said in that moment, and it does not make sense. Sometimes that happens. The other reason why is maybe the history of the man, he does not trust relaying information to women because of his history. And when that is the case, it's very hard for you to tame that guy to the point of making sure that he can actually share with you. It's going to take time. The only way you're going to tame him is you need to soften up. You see, when we're having that conversation like way some time back, and I come and relay information, and her first reaction is raise your voice, men see that as a confrontation. And when men see a confrontation, they are ready to fight. It might not be physical fight. It can be a mental fight. So they are looking at you whether you are a worthy opponent or not. If they don't see you as a worthy opponent, most men keep quiet. Like what you are saying, Joanne, he disappears. Other men will shout at you because they will raise their voice because they are dealing with either the issue of how they dealt with the mother, and they were hoping to tell the mother that thing, but now they're telling it to you. Or genuinely, based on how you normally react to his conversations, he's genuinely not happy with you. So he raise his voice, hoping that you're going to actually listen. So there are those three ways that when you're dealing with that, yeah? Nick, yeah, competition and comparison.
Actually, Nyawira has said people want great relationships but are not willing to sacrifice.
Exactly.
And that's why you find narratives on social media. Like the other time, somebody was saying about marriage near Mafala. If people who are in working marriages told you what they actually do for it to work, you would say, hey, can never be me. You would say, hey, nijikute. You would say, Kitambo used to say nijikute. So you find it's hard for them to tell you what actually works. It's just like somebody who is successful in business. Akikwambia sacrifice amemake, unaanza kushangaa, can I actually do that? Like they say, Nila baby shop anaamka 5. Can you open at 5? We unaweza amka 5. So it takes some level of, let's say, your fala to be able to complement each other. Now, for our relationship to work, it takes you accept, I'm not complete, he's not complete. So in places penye anapungukiwa, akipungukiwa, that's where I come in. Nikipungukiwa, that's where he comes in. You know, there are times I have served him food and I was just dancing the whole time, dancing. Then I knelt and presented food. So I'm half Swahili, so it's not news. It's not news. Now, plus again, if I knelt down nikimpatia chakula, it does not mean amenikalia. I just wanted to do it. It's not something I do on a daily, but there are times I can do that. It does not take away from me. I'm just happy to do it. I think I think kwanza the whole of last year I never could wear my shoes. When I was pregnant, he used to put my shoes on, he would dress me up. I could not even walk myself. I couldn't take a shower. When I delivered, he took aliniosha every day. Alikuwa ananiosha kwa bafu every day because I could not shower. My body was swollen, you know. So if people told you the things they have done for the other person, you would be surprised and say, hey, Mimi, I cannot. And you see, that's why unapata people want working relationships, but they are not willing to sacrifice because it takes sacrifice. The same way in business, the same way for a baby to grow, it takes commitment to actually nurture that baby to growth. The same way in all aspects. Like up to today, I don't have a problem with my body or anything, but I'm never wearing my shoes. He's always putting my shoes on. Our nanny can testify. Yo nivalisha socks every day, mi usahau kuvaa sweater, ananivalisha sweater, ananivalisha socks every day. And I have mimi niko na sensitivity ya baridi hivi. So if people told you the things they actually do for their relationships to work, you'd probably say, mi siwezi, mimi. And you see, now that's the problem. Because if the kind of person I was before we met, if I continued being that kind of person, maybe hainge work because kuna venye nilikuwa. So it takes kutem. You pick a struggle because loneliness is real huku nje. People would come here and project, kuna vita ya wanaume, niamshe saa 6 usiku nitakujoin, but deep within they are lonely, and loneliness is where it's the ghetto. So
So let me add 3 things there quickly. One, you need to get to understand one thing. When you're getting into any relationship, you're not perfect, because we are taught from school, out of 100%, if you got 60%, the teacher would always go back to the 40% that you got wrong, and that is what you would review. So your brain has been taught to look out for the negative sides of everything from the time you are born. So when you're getting into a relationship, you are perfect. To you, even if you're told, whether you have an ego, whether there is a way you shout, there's a way sometimes you talk to me, you demean me. There's a way sometimes you talk to me, I feel like you don't even honor me. There's a way sometimes you talk to me, you don't respect me. When you're told that, you don't listen. You're hearing to react. You're hearing to respond. You're not listening to what the person is saying. And this person is pointing out the issues that you have so that the two of you can work them out together because you're headed somewhere as a couple. Two, majority of the relationships nowadays that are out here, you're not getting into the relationship because you're serious about doing the work because you're going somewhere. You're getting into that relationship because either there is pressure. Yeah, ladies, you're about to hit 30 and the whole world has told you time is moving. By that, you should be having babies, you should be married, you should be having this. Then your entire family is asking you, where is our grandkids? Where is your wife? So sometimes even you take somebody home just to introduce, just so that this pressure can end. You don't get into a relationship that is going to work because of pressures of life, pressures of church, pressures of friends. You get into a relationship because there's something you want to offer. The only time a relationship works, the only time this works is because I'm giving. And when I say giving, I don't mean money only. What he's talking about, when she cannot walk, when she can't bend to put on her shoes, when we're in the streets marketing, whatever we're marketing, and
service each other.
we service each other, we are giving each other without expectations of, I need this from you, that then I can give you this. It does not work out if you get into a relationship with the worldly ways of things, the way things happen, and expecting yours to happen. In that, you also need to understand that the world has its ways. People are very different. What will work for us won't work for you. What will work for another couple won't work for you. You have to sit with yourself, look at yourself, see your partner, look at the vision that you have together, know where you're going, and then work around that. Is it going to be easy? Nope. Can it work? Yes, it can. Does it need work? Yes, it needs a lot of work, but you have to make it work. Lastly, stop thinking with one leg outside the door and the other one in the house. Just in case this does not work, I can always go elsewhere, I'm still young. Nothing works, even business, when you have two
Backup
thoughts,
plans.
backup plans,
Yeah.
other ways that you can think of to just because it can't work.
Yeah.
Your mind needs to be focused on building with this person. And if fear at any one given point, if fear is the one that is ruling your mindset, that I might do this, Joel, men build with women, and then women at some point they do this to the men,
Or the
they take
opposite.
this. If that is what you already believe, it is going to happen to you, because as a man thinketh, so is he.
My MJ is asking if you offer couple therapy. Yes, we do. You can check on his bio or website.
There is our website on joelkaraoke.com, or go to the link in my bio. There's some details there. So we offer dating, premarital, marriage, and post-marriage. After you divorce and or you're thinking about divorce, we take you through it. Okay?
Or if you have other questions, you can ask through this WhatsApp number.
Or you can reach out so that we understand what exactly you would want. We tailor it for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
So my MD, we actually do couple therapy. Number two, our next point was women want passionate love, while men want respectful love. So I'll speak on the women. Women want to be pursued. Every day you need to look at me a certain way. Ukianza kuniangalia nika mimi ni dada yako, I'm just wondering, I'm not your sister, you remember, right? So we want to be pursued every day, something to, you look at me with certain eyes, look like you admire me, you understand? We want we want you to be passionate with everything you do for me every other time. But for men, they want respect. You can talk on respect.
Now, when men say they want respect, respect is accorded accordingly. What that means is, she will never respect me if I don't respect myself. How do I respect myself? There is a way, first, based on how I talk. When I make a promise, I actually follow through. When I'm supposed to do something, I actually do the thing. I don't say and then it's a week, 2 weeks, and then she reminds me and I don't do the thing. Respect is accorded first like that. Two, you also need to know what your form of respect actually means. If you're Ugandan or Rwandese, some of the cultures there want you to do what sometimes my wife actually does for me, where she'll bring the food and actually dance, play games, and then present it. Sometimes, not always, but it happens. If your way of respect is that, look for that. Stop looking for a girl who cannot do that, and then expect her to do that. It will not happen. You're going against her psyche. You're going against her her train of thought, and she does not understand. Me kneel for no. So you need to define your form of respect before you come and tell her a man need to be respected. Lastly, be a man. I know I said some of this, but be a man of your word. What I mean here, forget about her. When it comes to you doing your thing, because a woman will always follow you because of the vision that you have, and you're pursuing that vision consistently, and she can confirm 1 year ago you said this, I can see it. 5 years ago you said we are going to have this, I can confirm. If she cannot confirm from a year back, 2 years back, 5 years back, that what you told me you'll do, I can see it. If she cannot confirm that she can see what you said you're going to do, respect is not going to come to you, my brother. It will never. You can demand it, you can go on social media, you can do whatever, it is not going to come. But if she can see that there is consistency in growth, even if sometimes you stall, she will respect you because you're a man of your words. Yeah?
Hi, Shiko.
Yeah, sure.
Number three, women want jealous love. Not jealous of her, but jealous love. While men want invited love. By this, we actually mean, you see, there's a way you would want me to dress.
Sure, love.
It's been so long. It's really good to see you. Bado tunajituma. So women want jealous love. that you love me with jealousy. Unaona vile they say God is a jealous God. You don't want to share. Yeah. But for men, they want invited love. And by that I actually understood in this way. Like, for example, last year when I was pregnant, I was feeling everything firsthand. So if I don't invite you, you would feel out, you'd feel left out. For example, I'm feeling the baby kick, but you don't understand. So if I don't invite you into that journey, you'd feel out. And that's why you find somebody was saying when she got pregnant, the partner left. The partner alimuachanisha kwa mataa.
That today.
Okay. So sometimes you have to invite your partner into your feeling. Maybe you can expound on that.
So when it comes to understanding what she's saying is, a woman sometimes will, some women don't speak their mind, but they expect you to know. So what we cultivated here is, in this relationship, is if you're feeling a thing, if there's a thought you have, don't assume I'll know, because I might not know. I'm also a human like you, and I might not know. Can you find it in your space to actually tell me this is happening? I'm going through this. I'm thinking like this. I would want this. Even the way to be loved. At some point, I remember we've talked about it a few times. There is a way you want to be loved. She'll tell me, I don't like this color. I don't like this food. I don't like this thing. I don't like us to go to this place. When she was having that baby, I've seen somebody here laughing and asking how. The invitation for me to come and feel the baby kick, it means it feels good to me because I don't know when the baby is kicking, but she can tell that the baby is kicking. Come and feel it. When I'm feeling it, there are things happening in my world, in my mind, and I'm like, okay, that's an amazing feeling. I've never had that before. And now that I'm feeling it with my own son, I'm more connected to him and to her. Most people, men, if you are the type of man who who will disappear when there is an emotion connected to being with your person, you will always lose in this life. You can be as hardcore as you can. It helps in particular places and in particular times, but majority of the time, for you to actually interact, you have to calm down. You have to find it. You have to find it in yourself to invite her. If you notice something that is off in that love, train her the way she's training you, the way she's telling you I like being loved like this. Also for you, tell her, me, I don't like this. I prefer it when this happens. I prefer it if I come home and I see this. I prefer it when you cook the food. Can you present it like this? I would love that. If it's something she does not know and she needs more training, book a place for her. Take her there. Let them train you. Okay.
So on the side, if you want private coaching sessions on relationship, dating, premarital, postmarital, you can reach out and get yourself a tailored session. They're saying they can't hear well. I don't know.
From both of us, or is your
Hebu
mic on?
tell Kioko thank you. Amerudia sana.
Kioko, thank you.
Amerudia sana.
Is your mic on? Let me see.
I don't know.
The mic is on.
I don't know. I hope it's clear.
There's
a question here. Somebody has said, behind the scenes mambo iko hivi ama ni vipindi. By the way, one thing about this life, since you're living once and you're living every day. I mean, you're living every day and day once.
That.
We don't. I mean,
talk about that. Okay, let me add some. Let me talk about that. This life, and hear me clearly here, because we've dealt with this so many times, even with our own families, from both sides, our own friends, our own siblings. We are here to live this life once. So if what you're seeing right now does not look real to you, we are not the type of people to pretend so that we can come on social media and look a certain way.
It's a lot of work.
It is too much work.
It's a lot.
Number one. Number two, how long do you think you can sustain pretense? You can't sustain pretense even for a week. Heck, even a day sometimes is too much. So the realness of you being yourself with your person, if you ever find yourself acting a certain way to please your person, that relationship is not going far. If you ever find yourself acting on hope that this man who drinks like crazy, who smokes like crazy, who does the most heinous things like crazy, maybe one day he'll change. If consistently for the last 4 or 5 years he has not proven that that is going to stop living on hope. Be realistic with what is right in front of you. If that, if we call this color teal or blue, teal.
Teal.
If that color is teal, it will
It's
never
teal.
be blue.
Yeah.
If the color is brown and you can see in front of you there is a woman here who is not a woman you'd want to stay with, because every time you have a conversation with her, it is always back to you. You're always blamed for this, you're always told this. Stop thinking that is going to change. If consistently you have shown, the partner that you have has shown you from the beginning that no matter what, how many times we have a discussion, no matter how many people we call, no matter how many therapists we call, this is not working, look at it as it is.
White is white and
White
red
is white. You don't stop pretending to be a version to please people. People will just be themselves. They will be fine.
Nasema work on Mike Satoshi.
Oh, work on the mics. Okay.
Somebody is asking if they're single, if they can stay. This is a place for people who believe in relationships.
The mythos is
If
about
you-
identity.
yeah,
It's for all of us.
If you are uncomfortable, I don't know, but you can stay. It will help you, because relationship is wide. It's not just it might not just be romantic. It is wide. It is wide. On the jealous love, I think another part I wanted to also highlight is, you see, for example, when Abraham and Sarah were traveling to the other side, and Abraham was telling his wife, who is 100 years, you are hot, and I'm sure when you get there, the king will want you. At 100 years, Abraham was still admiring his wife, very passionate about the wife. And I'm like, but you are hot, so I know the king, not even the workers or the men, the king would want you. So you would become my sister, nisiwawe, ndio tupite. And even when they got there, it's true to his word. The king found Sarah very beautiful. So you see, women want somebody who is passionate with them. You're able to still admire them years in, and be like intentionally. I think you're always complimenting me every other time. And before, I never, I used to see Kinamili wa Jesus, and I used to wonder, is that actually very practical? Like somebody who admires you all the time. So, and that's why I would say it's very important to get somebody who is tafuta mtu una like, first of all. Don't compromise on that. Yeah. If you like tall people, go for tall people from the beginning. If you like short people, go for short people from the beginning. So that because along the way, love is not enough. It needs to be somebody you are physically attracted to, you're mentally attracted to, somebody who like strikes you fancy. So you need to go for what you want from the beginning. If you compromise in the beginning, una regretting it 5 minutes later. Every time you compromise on your standards in whatever way that you want, with regards to basics. For example, I did not want a short person because I'm tall. Ukikuna kuangalia na shanga, hey, Jesus, ni wewe tu. Okay. So, and that was just preference. So, kuna preferences that you should not compromise, because eventually, unaweza pata unaboeka na mtu over time.
I pushed the comments up there.
There's somebody who had a question. I think she's called, I think imepita pita.
Yes, yeah.
She's called Maggie or something.
Yeah. As she looks for that comment, guys, as you're looking for your girl, first, appealing. Looks can't deceive you. And what I mean by looks can't deceive you is if you can see the girl in front of you actually looks good. She actually looks good. There is no side towards that. If she does not, she does not. So if you're with the person and you can tell you're not attracted to them physically first, realize that the love is going to end. Sometimes you actually hate the person, sometimes you like them, sometimes you even pity them, sometimes you even ask yourself questions why you are there. It happens, we are human. But in the process, if you actually like the person's physique, how the person is, like she's saying, she preferred a tall guy. If you pick the girl and she's taller than you, and then you realize later, I picked a tall girl, I would have preferred a shorter one. You've already messed up from the beginning. So the beginning of your relationship, your why you're there has to make a lot of sense.
There's a question here. Wanjiku is asking, what if I like people with money? Now, one reality as a woman, one reality enye iko kwa ground ni, if you are looking for somebody with money, do you have money yourself?
Yeah.
Because if you're looking for somebody who is probably bowling Mudhaiga ye uenda mudhaiga ako na hiyo capacity, is that person looking for you? And that's why I said in the other live session, there's something called alignment. If you're looking for, it's not enough kuoga ukae smart na uende uko. It takes brains to keep that kind of relationship, because those type of people think different. Now, are you, yeye atakutaka wewe? That's the real question. Now, if you're looking for somebody who has money, do you have money yourself? Because iron sharpens iron.
Let me answer that because the lady asked the question. The minute you're looking for a man with money, two things are either happening. Either the man came from money, or he has built his business to that level where now you can say the man in front of you has money. These two people come with serious consequences. What I mean with this is there is a particular lifestyle that they lead. So if you come to them and they notice you're here because of the money, they're going to have a power and authority over you. And with that means what you will call love, they're going to call control, because they know why you're here. So in absentia of the money, you don't really care about them. So they will not care about you. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about how you think, what you're doing. As long as they know they can come get whatever they want and disappear, in front of you, you have a Jonasi for life. And you'll have to accept that this is the reality you're going to have. Two, as she's saying, do you have capacity? Capacity is money, level of intelligence, level of management, that when I sit next to you as a woman who wants my money,
we can manage the money.
We can manage this money. Otherwise, I'm going to put you in tier one of the girls that you just wanted my money. Okay, yeah. I'll do whatever I want with you anytime I want it. And realize you're always going to share that man, whether you like it or not. Because with that money and with that capacity that he has,
you're not the only person who wants. Muko wengi, competition is high.
And majority of them, like I've said, in tier 2 especially, a woman somehow was behind that man's stability, mental stability, for him to pursue that, unless it came from money himself.
Yeah.
Not that.
Our next point is women want, I know here tuna shine, women want sugar daddy love, and men want supportive love. By that we mean women want just spoil me rotten without me having to ask. You see why we think sugar daddies get the assignment is because you don't need to tell a sugar daddy unahitaji tao 10. Anajua you have responsibilities. Anajua you have bills. Anajua unahitaji kukula KFC. Anajua unahitaji ku make nails. So women want sugar daddy love. And even in the relationship, don't forget to be a sugar daddy. You might not come the same capacity. You may not come in the same capacity, but you need to have at least try something. Be a gifter. Learn love language ya huyo mwenzako. I used to say you need to love somebody in the way they want to be loved, not in the way you think they want to be loved. Unamuliza how is your, for example, if your person is not a club person, find out yake ni gani namfurahisha, then you love them in that way. And for men they want supportive love. You see the way a mother believes in their child. Hata kama anajua mtoto wake si top 10, ana insist atapita mtihani next time. So men want somebody who believes in them, believes in their dreams, believes in their ambition. Not every time nikikwambia by then nataka, you know, I was thinking the other day, if you came to tell me unataka kusimama MP, I would just ask you which word. You understand? I would not start telling you, hey, utaweza kweli? You want somebody who supports your dream. Because if I minimize your visions, it limits what we can do as a couple, even with regards to the good life you can have. Because you are a dreamer, so I need to, because if me, I'm not a dreamer like you, then all I can do is just support you, at least to come to far.
Nick is telling Dottie here, somebody asked why we're not wearing rings. If you believe that marriage is that wedding, you're already on the wrong path. Marriage is work. Before you get to the wedding, do you understand yourself? Do you want to be there? Do you want to actually change? Do you get the uncomfortable state that marriage comes with? Do you understand that with the right partner, you have to get very uncomfortable because you're going to be changed? There is a way you're seeing us right now. There's a way I was maybe 3 years ago. That's very different now because I've accepted I need to work on this. She has accepted she needs to work on this. By the time now we do that wedding that you're talking about, which is a 1 day event, that one is just in Kiswahili kurembesha tu. It's something that you're going to do so that urembeshe, and then that is to inaitwa kumalizia. Kiswahili inapoteanga sometimes. Ni kama umefunga sasa, now this is, but you had already made those decisions from the beginning. In the process, there is also the customary side of things, where you involve your parents in everything. Before you start, have you gone to the parents? Do you know the family? Does the family know you? I've seen so many marriages where people start because the girl got pregnant. And then later in life, the guy realizes, I actually didn't want you because you got pregnant. That will not work, because your why from the beginning was not a good reason as for you, the two of you, to be together.
Although for context, we have rings. Ring yake ndogo, amenona. Amenona. Na mimi pia, I have also added a little bit of weight since last year.
Pregnant last year. So.
Yeah, I went from 60 to 90. So of course, vidole zikakuwa kama sausage. Then now I'm still losing weight pole pole. So rings hazitoshei, right? Yeah. Number, I guess 5. Women like public display of affection, PDA, but men want affirming love. Maybe you can talk about
that. Yeah, that one, it depends on the man, because there are 2 types of guys when it comes to PDA, public display of affection. And I'm the type to kiss her anywhere, hug her anywhere, put shoes on her feet anywhere. Anywhere.
And me, I was feeling very awkward. Kwanza at first, I was a typical alpha female. First of all, I did not know how to accept love expressed in public areas. I'm just wondering, ama watu wanatujudge. Mbona unanishika mkono? For him, he wants to do that. He wants to hold me even when my mother is there. What?
Yeah, because
he wants to do stuff, and me, I'm just feeling, guy, auoni wanatuangalia. Guy, I will make people uncomfortable. Him, he's just like, this is my way of doing. So even for people who have wameka around us, you can actually testify. That's how he is.
Yeah, there's no pretense in it, because that's my version of showing love, and there's no fear behind it. So I'll just do it anywhere with anybody, in front of anyone. We're in church, we're in public, anywhere. It's not a bother for me. And then there's this other version that they can only touch you when you're in somewhere private. I used to think, there's a joke that I made the other day when you're having a session with a couple, and they asked me, Joel, by the way, you talked about this affection. I've never seen my dad hug my mom. I've never seen my mom kiss my father, but we are 8 in our family. I'm like, yeah,
typical African families.
Because that man was that type of guy who he will never show affection in public. If they are walking, he's either ahead or he's behind the wife, and that's how he lives. Okay? Yeah.
Somebody is saying, you're a great gentleman. You got me an electrical work na hukuwa na hata haja ya kickback.
You're welcome. Thank you also. Yeah. Top heights.
Let's see. What does he do? Anafanya kazi electricals?
Yeah, top heights solar. He has the number on the screen.
Wenye mnatafuta kazi ya electricals, top heights ako hapa. You can give him your money. Top heights electrical solar.
You're not going down.
Yeah, I want to see if there's a question. My partner and I argued badly. I realize I'm constantly blaming him advice.
So let me chip in on this. I think I dealt with this in the morning today. So when you're arguing constantly, before you think about him, and ladies also, I want you to get this clearly. Before you think about him, first sit down and look at, how do I contribute into this argument? What do I normally do anytime I feel I need to say something? Anytime we have an argument, what do I actually do? Because sometimes arguments are not brought up by the other person. They're triggered by whatever they say to you. Something in you triggers and it awakens something. And majority of people, they start shouting. Other people start insulting. Other people start attacking. And other people, like what you said, start blaming the other person for whatever is happening. But when you narrow down to why this is actually happening, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. So you need to sit with what exactly transpires as the argument is happening. Then, if you notice that it's triggered by something he says, go back to your past. What happened for that to be triggered? Did someone hurt you? Did your father do something to do? Did another guy did do something to do that to you that you fell in love with? Something triggered that. If you can't find it, book a session. But if you can, now start working on it. As you're working on it, relay the information to him. Anytime we've had arguments in the past, what we would do is later we'd sit down and I would actually even say, but then I've noticed there's a way I talk to you that I don't know where that comes from. Or if I notice that she's the one who does it, I'll even sit her down and tell her, I don't like the way you talk to me when you say this and this and that. Because sometimes you might be talking to somebody and they don't know. But if you tell the person, at least now they know this is what triggers my way of arguing. This is what triggers when I'm arguing with you. So you need to analyze yourself first. And then once you notice, tell the other person. It's going to really help you.
See another question before we move. My schoolmate. Hi, schoolmate.
Hi, Sarah.
I want to. I don't understand your question, Lily. Maybe you can write it again. Akuna question. Our next point was men like playful love. And I think this is actually something we've really dealt with in our couple therapy session. You find it's hard to be yourself around your woman because you need to act kama mwanaume. Wacha utoto. You understand? I think as we are always playful every other time. Like when we are not working, we are playful. It's always jokes. It's always, it's easy. It's never that serious. Now, men like playful love, but and women like firm love. I'll give context. Last year, when I got pregnant, I was sickly most of the time, and I liked to fight it because I could not believe I am helpless. I could not believe I am bedridden, quote unquote. So I really wanted to go out of my way to try walk, to try go get myself 1, 2, 3 things, and I couldn't, but I just wanted to. Now the firm love comes when he would just insist lala tu. He would take my phone, he would charge, but they never charged my phone the whole of last year. Hata sikuwa natakanga kujua iko wapi. I was sick the whole time. So he would make sure nimekula, nimepumzika by force. Enda ulale, just go sleep. If it's I'll take care of it. If it's anything, hata yenye unafikiria ni ya wasichana, he will take care of it. I remember there's a day I really threw up. I threw up vibaya everywhere and it was so messy, and I was just feeling bad because now he has to clean that up. So I want to clean it, but I can't. I'm even dizzy. I'm losing my head. I had panic attacks, crazy. And he would just insist, enda ulale. Toka wendo. He would even carry me to bed because now sasa huyo anasumbua. So that firm love, women want, sometimes when I insist, leo usiende, usifungue, pumzika, I'll take care of you. Ama today, when I delivered, when I delivered and my hormones dropped. If you're a woman, you understand. Your skin, I'm still struggling with pigmentation kidogo. Your skin may change. Your body is just, everything is happening. You have fluctuations of hormones. And I remember he would just insist, just rest, I'll take care of the baby. I could not even sit upright. So he would just insist, pump maziwa, minta take care of mtoto. And I remember the first 2 weeks, he could not work at all. Hadi nikaona, now he's becoming, ni kama analemewa. Because again, we had paranoia. As new parents, we're just wondering, kupatia mtu mtoto alafu itakuaje, until mom came. We had a help, but tulikuwa tunaona na asipojua akigonga mtoto mapua. So he took his time to just kunisaidia through your postpartum so that I am able to recover, and he would take care of the baby. He would feed the baby, amtengeneze, akijichafua, amchange diapers and what not. Firm love, he would insist, go and actually rest, and it really helped me. By the time I was clocking 6 weeks, nilikuwa sawa. My recovery was because he really helped. Sometimes women struggle a lot because there's no much help. So you really struggle to heal up because your body is really struggling and you don't have firm support. So women want firm love. If you're a man and you have a partner who is unwell, who is sometimes unaona ako stressed, just insist, especially when you know it's good for them. Insist on rest. Insist on taking them on a vacation. Insist on taking them on a day off. Unazima simu yake na wewe ndio unakaa nayo. Na leo tunataka ureset. So that it's therapy. It's therapy because relationships is about serving each other. So that they become a better person, you also become a better person. And it takes sacrifice, commitment, and intentionality. So sometimes, because for him to become a better person, lazima kuwe kwa best mental health. I think there's no single day that goes kama sijakuuliza, how are you doing? Like, how are you actually doing? Even if he's naona tu ako na ma stress hataki kusema, but I'm still insisting, how are you doing? Because men complain a lot, nobody's checking on us. Nobody's checking on us. You understand? Ati wewe utaki kujua kama niko sawa, ati wewe mwanaume utakuwa tu sawa.
Yeah. So
it's important to have that kind of love. Maybe I can just read the next one, then you will expound on it before we read a question. If you have a question, let it come. Alafu we will respond.
Chris, we're coming to you.
We're coming to you shortly. So I was saying men like playful love. Maybe you can talk about it since you're a man.
Yeah. Hi. Two things only. First, human beings are babies. They just grew up and had roles of CEOs, fathers, husbands. These roles that we have as grown-ups. The child in the man is still there. Why do you think men go around buying toys all over the place? The toys just became bigger. Just you want a bigger car, a faster car. The same way a boy would want the same type of thing. So when he gets a girl, majority of men, they're very tough looking. Like me, I am told by people that when I'm walking, it's very hard to approach me because I look too serious. Yeah, you're looking at that because that's the picture that is portrayed because of things that I know. But deep down, when I'm interacting with my girl, I want to be myself. And myself is a very playful boy inside me that wants to come out. So if any of you men who are here, if you're ever with a woman who you're never yourself with, you can't joke around, you can't play games, you can't just be yourself, you can't wear how you want in the house, deep down you know you're the wrong person, you're in the wrong place. But when you're being playful, that's the one. Because that is to tell you, the boy that was there back then has come to life now in front of this woman, and there is no judgment. She's not seeing you now as a weaker person because you're being playful, you're joking too much. She still sees that office of the king inside you, even if at one point the boy has come out. So get understand that clearly, and you'll have a very beautiful life. And don't forget, we live once, please.
There's a question here. Whitney Laundry Services and Supplies says about the support and believing in your man. What if it's something you don't believe in? Would you still support?
Supporting men.
Let me say something. You can. When you don't believe in what they say they are doing or what they want to do, is it because you really think they can't do it, or is it you projecting your insecurities of fear? Because sometimes fear really cripples our abilities to fly to the next level, because you're just thinking, what if we fail? But I mean, that's the worst that can happen, failing, right? And sometimes if we don't if you don't intentionally support, we might live the same lives, not really the same basic life, because it takes I think when we started, we said what we'll say, I will just jump into the ocean and then we'll figure out how to swim while at it.
And we're not repeating.
We're not repeating. Yeah, we're not repeating. So let me go check on you. You can finish your question.
Welcome to reality. Yeah, the reality of things. So what you were saying, when it comes to being yourself in any form of relationship, don't look at going into a relationship with somebody and then you become a version of yourself. So if it's about supporting someone, if you don't believe in that support, that relationship might never get to the highest peaks that it's supposed to get to, because deep down a woman is supposed to assist the person to grow. And I'll introduce a concept here. a concept that very many women have not seen, that they have, that they know that they have this power. The concept of being a submissive woman. A submissive woman actually rules men. Think about this, and think about this clearly. When you're submitting to that man, you're not lowering your standard, because you've already picked the type of man you want. That's why you're with that man. So that is the standard that you want. Whatever it is that he's building, if you support it and you cultivate it, you assist him, you ask him every evening, are you okay? How was the day? Every morning you wake up, you even bless him. Sometimes she prays for me when I'm about to leave. She'll even make me sometimes lose like 5 minutes, because come back here. I want you to stand here. I pray for you before you leave. And she'll actually do it. Then as she does it, when I'm out there, before anything happens, I'm like, shit, I need to make this work. Why? I'm not, it's not about proving a point to her. It's the fact that the prayer has already been sent out. I need to also tell God, by there I can do this. When that thing is happening, when I get that money, when I have that stability, that access to the world, that access to that business, that access to that money, who do you think eats that money? Who do you actually think eats that money? It's her. I might buy a few clothes here and there, I might buy some things here and there, but who do you actually think ends up with the same money? It's her. Why? She's the one ruling behind. She's the one I'm pursuing my thing. Like this, what we're doing right now, I'm pursuing my thing. There's that support there. But who is actually making the life become better? Whose life is actually becoming way better and way much better? It's her. Because by that submission of, I'm going to be at the back, you be at the forefront, that vision that you have, I support it fully, I pray for it, I speak life into it, you go conquer. When I come back, I'm not coming back to a war, I'm coming back to a safe space. And this safe space, I can tell, because concurrently from the beginning to now, I can confirm that there is actual support. It's not hearsay. It's not pretense, because how long do you think a human being can pretend? People know when you have someone that is actually pretending. So when you have a submissive woman and you have a man that you're supporting, yeah, wake me laundry. When you have a man that you're supporting, you need to sit first with yourself and realize, if you're here for the long haul. You're not here because at some point you want to leave. You're here because you're building, and whoever you're building with, this is the same person you sleep next to every day. This is the same person you eat the same food every day. This is the same person that you've sired children with, that you're raising together every day. See that. Don't you think it would be wise enough to actually assist to grow, to actually speak life to them, to actually take them to places where when as they grow, you also receive? I get there are men who, if you do this too, by all means, you're in trouble. I do get that reality. The reality is there. But majority of us actually know from the beginning. You can see, because if you tried it once and they did something to you, then you tried it again and they did another thing to you. If you tried it again and they did some heinous thing to you, then you can confirm that is not a person to work on and to assist to grow, because once they've already proven, even when they don't really have, that they won't do it. Lastly, on this, marriage amplifies the reality of who the person is. People don't change when they get married. If the person was a crazy person who drinks all the time, when they get into marriage, because now they know they've already got a new, they're going to drink properly. If they're the type of person who, when it comes to money, they do not invest or save any of it or do anything important with it, they will just squander it. When it comes to marriage, they'll do bigger than that. They'll make 1 million here, 2, 3, go buy useless things. Yet there are things in the house that need to be taken care of. There is you, there is a baby, there is what that needs to be taken care of, but they don't see it as important. So based on what you have seen as you're starting out, and if you're already in it, you know, as you're starting out, you can tell the reality of who you're with based on how the two of you started. You don't become a lover because now you've met somebody and then you decide, oh, I need to change into. There's this lady who talks about, I don't know whether she's South African or Ugandan. She talks about marriages a lot. She on the Christian side, because people who believe in actual relationships, you actually have to know that it's there. There is a reality behind the fact that two people can actually coexist together for years, forever. I see so many people, I'm forgetting her name, but I see so many people bash her that, young girl, you're not married, so you don't know these things. You're just talking out of hearsay. You're just talking out of what you've learned from books or learned from other coaches. And I always tell people, by the virtue that she understands this before she got into marriage, by the time she gets the man she's going to attract, because by that character trait, she's going to attract the man who can handle that. She's going to get into that relationship understanding what this comes with. So it's not anything new. So she's even able to sit with a situation and discuss it. She's able to question in a manner that the man is going to sit there, still feel like his office is not attacked based on who she's talking to. The offices of a man, a husband, a father, a king, based on who she's addressing, she's going to be able to do it. But if you do not know any of these details and then you get into the relationship, it gets hard to support the person because it's a totally new thing, especially if you've never seen it with the people you grew up with, either your parents or the people that assisted you to get to this level. So get that and also understand that being a submissive woman actually gets you way more than you think. Let me look for something else here. Somebody is asking here about long distance. Does long distance relationship or stroke marriage work? If yes, for how long? Long distance relationship, if the beginning of that relationship you first understood why you're here together, you actually talked about it and not talking like it's hearsay. You actually had an adult conversation where you're seated across from each other, talked about your realities, talked about your plans, talked about yourselves, talked about your fears also, talked about money, talked about kids, basically talked about things that make up an actual relationship, and then started out. As you started out, based on what you talked about, can you confirm the actions go ahead hand in hand with what they said? If you can confirm, as they leave, what is the reason for leaving to go to that other country? While they are there, how is the communication? Is the communication, I dealt with the couple today at, is it 10? At 11, 10 and 11, where they were telling me they the same kind of setup. One is in a totally different country, the other one is a totally different country. And they were telling me majority of the times they actually do talk, but the conversations are around when the lady is cooking, they're on video call. So that is the relationship. Just by the virtue of seeing each other on the video call, that's enough. But they're always fighting every other day, always fighting, always fighting. And the fights, when you listen to the fights, they're fighting because there's no balance in why are we here together. You see people create patterns and then they get used to that pattern. So if you're used to talking to a certain person, if you talk to them for a month, 2 months, 3 months, it gets harder and harder to separate from the two of you. So you think that is how it's supposed to be. So you sit there and continue the relationship, whether it's working or not. As that was happening, I asked the guy at some point a question. When all this is happening, why are you actually still here? Because you can tell me, are you still here because you genuinely know for sure that this is actually headed somewhere? Or are you still here because you know this woman and you spent some time with her? You've invested money, you've invested your time, you've invested your care and love. That's why you're finding it hard to leave. I'll not give you the answer of what he said, but that is how long distance relationship starts, where you started, how you're doing it, and then intentionality. Lastly, are they intentional with how they communicate? So Howard, if the two of you are in totally different countries, how you communicate, are you the only one who's always triggering the conversation, or does it go two ways? If it's the woman, does she trigger the conversation? If it's the man, does he do the same? Because somebody who's intentional with you wants to spend time with you, wants to be around you, wants to hear you, wants to know whether you're okay so that they can assist. And if it's one-sided, that is not going to end well. About how long, it is not about time. It's not long distance relationship. It's not about timelines. I've dealt with people who work in the UN where you're in this country this month, you're in another country another month, you're in another country another month, and then at some point it gets to the point, by the time you come back, the kid that you left 5 months ago that was crawling now is walking, and they still make it work. They actually still make it work because as they are far apart from each other, there is intentionality in how they're relating with each other, with the ongoings of each other's life, and each of them take time to look out for their partner. Okay. Now, another question here. Baba Suluhu, where ita Mama Suluhu? Just a second. I'm losing some comments here, a bit, quite a number of them. So, okay, let's see. I'm looking for some comments here. They're almost 30 something as I was talking. I'm seeing a lot of Binance. Yeah, leave that alone. Let me get another question here. Hey, come back with that mic. He's checking on the kid. As you see. Yeah? The mic, you can hear everything it's saying. Now, come. Come sit. Yeah? It's okay. Yeah. I've lost quite a number of comments here, but we've dealt with that. Now, Adrian, exes. Yes, this one we have to deal with this.
Hey, my ex is back and she's texting me. I'm married already.
Read that out, because now, Adrian is saying, hey, my ex is back and she's texting me.
Shida, I'm married already. 90% of the time that people come back, it's because you are doing well and they are not. If they were doing well, they will not look for you. If they got a better relationship, they will not look for you. If they had a better financial life, they will not look for you. They're looking for you because they are not, like, their life is not together and they can see that you look together. And they're looking for you right now. They will ataribu to your marriage. Don't entertain, because it starts with, hi, nimeona text yako, mi niko sawa. Then eventually you keep communicating, then you start to meet. Before you know it, you are cheating. Because now, kuna ile familiarity, there's what you know about them. Wanaleta you on the table. Unakumbuka vile nilikuwa nakulanga mchele moto? Then before you know it, you are doing, They will start to, unakumbuka ni mimi nilikuwa sipendangi long nails. So, and then because you know that about them, you start to have a conversation from there. Then before you know it, you are cheating. If their life was okay, they will not look for you. Trust me. If they had better, they will not look for you. They're looking for you because their life is in shambles.
If you invite the devil into your life,
prepare for the consequences.
Prepare for the consequences, because the consequences are coming. If it was beautiful back then and it did not work, let it stay there.
Queen Belinda is asking, what of a man who loves you but doesn't give you money? Men invest where they find value. Kama akupati do, kuna penya na peana. Simple. Unless they genuinely don't have money, you can tell they don't have money. But if they're not giving you money, then kuna penya na peana. Because men, penye, where his heart is, that's where, you see, for a man, his money is his blood and sweat. So kwake hiyo ndo kitu ya thamani sana, because Men are valued by what they can give, right? So anaipeana, penye anaipeana, hapo ndio ameona thamani. So kama si wewe anakupatia, kuna penye anapeana. And maybe you have, because you see we teach people how to treat us. You have been okay with it. Asipokupea, you find a way. Asipokupea, you find a way. So umemfunza, eventually, if you don't give me, I'll just find a way. So two things, you need to find out if, are you the only person? And if you're the only person, pesa inaenda wapi? Or akona pesa anakata kukupea ama hana. Kama hana, it's understandable.
One thing you've forgotten there that's very important, and we've dealt with this twice so far. You could also be asking for money that he has no capacity to offer at the moment. So what that means is, maybe you want, say, a certain type of watch. I'm giving an example here. Maybe you want a certain type of watch. Maybe you want to have KFC every other time. Maybe you want to live in a different neighborhood and you want him to pay those bills. But in the current state, he can't afford to do that. Then you say he's not giving you. We're using assumptions here because you not share the whole story of why he's not giving the money, but that is also a reason. And I've dealt with that, I think 4 or 5 times so far with couples where the woman is asking the man for so much, but in the capacity that he is in at the current moment, he can't afford to do that. You want him to take you to some hotels, some vacations, but he can't do that. And we can. Sometimes it stems from a past where there is a man you met at some point in your life that showed you that he can actually do those things, but that man didn't stay. So when you meet this new one, you want him to be able to do what that man did, but he's not in the capacity to. So depending on where you are in terms of what the question you ask, look at those 3 things.
Lady Feli is asking, how do I deal with a man who wants benefits of having a wife in courtship, not the relationship yet?
Benefits of having a wife in courtship.
Give ultimatums. Give ultimatums.
Okay. Stop letting somebody drive you like a Bugatti, yet you're still a Toyota Corolla. What that means is stop skipping stages. You want to get to Germany, you've not even bought a passport. You never even bought a plane ticket. First, go through courtship. Don't take up another role of a wife and you're not sure whether you're going to be the wife. That is all I'll tell you.
Let him claim you first. Let him do it right
and confirm it.
Men know what they want from the beginning.
If somebody asked us,
if you're not the one, wanajuanga.
The last live, somebody asked us, how do men know this is my wife? This is it. When a man meets you, people can try to explain this in any other way. Mine happened like that. When a man meets you, instantly he places you in a box. You're a girl to play games with, you're a girl to take out, you're a girl to take home, you're a wife, you're this. The minute he meets you and he puts you in that box of wife, trust me, those things of taking 2 years, 3 years to do, I don't know, to get to know who, men don't care. It's you, we'll figure it out. You're my wife, let's go.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to date for 10 years. It's a waste of time. Just officiate already. So Lady Feli, please give ultimatums. Tell him there are things that I can only do in my capacity as somebody we are courting with, and there are things that I'm warranted to do in my office as a wife, because every office comes with its own responsibilities and needs, right? So you can be able to do those things if he also does these things. Msikwe hapa. So my girl said tumeachana and she's always calling me and texting, leaving me confused. On a normal day situation, a girl can leave you 60 times. Yeah. Reason anapiga ni maybe juu upigi. So anashanga, what do you mean? I was only joking. Women sometimes, and that's why we were saying, sometimes communicate what you're saying directly. What is it called? There's something millennials do. It's called that word is gone. Where you're trying to tell somebody something, but nika ukimwambia rudi nyumbani. If you're telling a Gen Z atarudi nyumbani. Yeah. It's called reverse psychology. Reverse psychology does not work in all situations. Now, men are very direct. Do you know how many times I've gotten mad at my husband because you're not getting? Try to get it. Because I'm trying to communicate in a code. Then I realized I just need to tell him directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I want him to hug me, I'll tell him, okay, at this point I'm just feeling messed up, please hug me right now, because naweza kuja nikimwangalia certain way and he's not reading in between the lines. The same way, if you don't want to be left, don't say tumeachana, you know, just say I'm mad at you right now, I need to think for the next 10 minutes, give me some 30 minutes, I need to think. And because you would confuse your man, you know, men are very, ukimwambia staki uniongelesha saizi, anaichukulia as literal as it is, ana left. So sometimes easy what is it called, reverse psychology does not work entirely in a relationship. Just say straight what you want. Do you want the relationship or not? Easy on and off. Sometimes you play with somebody too much and then sasa unapata by the time you want to come back ame move on, because we pia unakani kama we are doing jokes. So your girl is calling you because akuwa anamaanisha.
Caris, let me just say a simple thing. Caris, I want to ask that question. Notice when she says it. If she has said it more than 3 times in a span of, say, a week or a month, does she actually follow through, or she just says it? If she actually follows through, notice that she means it. Because when a person tells you the first time and then they go, then they come back, then they go the second time, and then they come back, they are waiting for an opportunity to actually now leave completely. So notice that only.
Baba Suluhu is asking, can milking my eel affect my health? I don't understand your question. Do you understand what he's saying? Maybe you can clarify. Hey,
yeah, it will affect your health. He's talking about masturbation. That's milking my eel. That's a very good way of putting it there in the comments. Masturbation actually affects you. So it's the best way I'll tell you is this. On a natural sense, your hands, and ladies also, my friends here, your hands or these toys are a replacement of the natural thing. Your hands are rough. Your hands, like mine, me have, okay, they're not that rough like somebody who is in the shamba, but they're not like soft like hers. If you're using that, on a natural sense, they're supposed to go into what that dick was designed to do, go to the right place. But when you've replaced it with this, you're messing up the muscle itself, and you're messing up the psychology, where now you're only going to be stimulated by the vision of multiple women as you're watching these websites that you'll be watching, so that you're able to stimulate yourself. So if a woman presents herself to you on a physical sense and you touch her, you still want that sensation, because that feels new, that feels interesting. This one, no. And she will never get you to the point that you can do it yourself.
Quote unquote, she'll never satisfy you. You'll never utairidhika, because you'd feel like you'd find most of the time when you're done, you still go to the bathroom. Because
you still want to do it later. And even machines for ladies. I've dealt with so many ladies with machines here. Toys, there are so many. And the more you do it, the lady now comes into a research session and she's asking me, Joel, my husband cannot satisfy me. And then we go through the session. Then I remember, oh, I asked the question, do you have a toy? She's like, yeah, but I didn't think that's a problem. It is a problem, because this cannot compete with something that is vibrating. It is not possible.
Yeah, it's not.
So it will not. It will satisfy you to a certain extent, but the natural sense of you will still want a machine. Yeah. They will still want some touch. Will still want to be talked to. Will still want to feel needed. A machine will not do that for you. It will just satisfy you with one sense. So yeah, Baba Suluhu.
And on the one thing we also learned from our sexologists, we actually have a sexologist that also takes us through, because you see what happens is everything, there's a cause and effect, law of the universe, like cause and effect. So eventually when you're used to the toy, your partner will never satisfy you. There's a question, I think kuna question tumepita. Kuna huyu ali Mudoni. Men are very patient. Somebody could be patient with you for long until you actually comply. Kwanza ukiprove difficult, anaweza kufuatafuata, and then sasa, now that's the problem. When they pursue you for long, akishapata ataenda.
Let me add something. I remember we talked about this Steve Harvey. That was made famous by Steve Harvey when he wrote that book and made the movie of Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady. And then he gave women the 90-day rule. When you introduce yourself to a man and he's pursuing you, and you have that 90-day rule, some women nowadays have 30 days, I'll not sleep with him until he hits 90 days. A man can be patient for 6 months. 6 months, sometimes even a year. The day he gets it like this, he's out. Because you've proven to him and you've trained him that this is the only thing that you're going to offer him. So when he knows that this is the only thing I'm pursuing here, because I've tried everything else, I've even tried taking you out, I start with you, I've done everything else, but you're only showing me that this one thing you're not going to give it to me. Okay, I'll wait. Then he waits. Then the day he gives it to you, he will leave. And you'll ask yourself, you sit there asking yourself, but I thought he cared about me, but I thought he loved me. No, you believed in Steve Harvey's theory of wait 90 days before you give it to him, so that you know by waiting he's only going to show you, to prove to you that he has patience, but he's not going to show you his character. And character is where you differentiate between whether somebody is there for you as themselves and cares about you as you, or they're just there because there is a need that they need from you. And once they get that need, you know exactly where you're going to be placed.
There's another simp ameokotwa. Now, one thing we said about this when we started, for a relationship to work, if people actually confess to you what actually makes a relationship work, you would call the man a simp and you'd call the woman a pick me.
Forever and
Because
ever.
you always have to bend for the other person. You complement each other. You always have to do some things, like you always have to go extra. Like somebody will not believe, as serious as you are, you can, like you can actually wash me. There's a time I was sick, he was holding I was throwing up kwa mkono yake because the container ilikuwa mbali na imekuja na alikuwa anashika hivi na mkono. That might be gross, but you want somebody mwenye akupendi tu wenye senye you are together and looking good. When it's also messy, they can take care of you. So if people told you what they do for their partners, you'd call them simps and pick-me's. But that's what actually works. It needs sacrifice and intentionality, and you have to go an extra mile for you to work.
And people who draw this simp language around the internet,
it's very blanket.
It's red pill content because you've been taught and trained by those who you assume you want their life, which majority of the time you will never get that life if you're not pursuing it consistently. And you will also not understand what that simping means, because you want that person's life that you follow online, and you think that's the reality of how they live. And then that one day the guy shows you that he has a wife, he has kids, and you wonder, huh? But you've been telling us this and that. Yes, because they're marketing something for you to buy.
That's what sells.
Because it sells.
Negativity sells.
It's
saizi
really
tukianza
sells.
kutukanana tutafika watu thao saizi.
We are 306 of us now.
Tutafika 1,000.
If we start insulting each other, we'll get to 10,000 right now.
Yeah.
Because
Negativity
that is
sells.
what people are looking for. People don't want to look for the good things because that is how they have been trained.
Let's move on. Lily is saying, I've never loved that deep. Some small argument na kuanga nimetoka very fast. It mostly stems from history. Your history has made you guards up. So every small thing is a trigger. When you started this relationship, we had to agree kabisa intentionally, we will not be handling this relationship ni kama tuko kwa mlango. Anytime you just talk in a manner likely to suggest niko nje. Because if you're like this, uko distracted, even in business, you either put both your legs, lakini kama ni moja na moja huwa haiwork. Yeah, so most of the time a small argument uko out, it's because initially there's something, it's stemming from somewhere. Kuna penye ulikaa when you should have left. So sahi una feel the best thing to do is just to protect myself. But for you to actually find genuine love, you'll have to risk it. Utashusha guards. They work.
Oh, these are comments from earlier about the baby and all that. Hi. You guys are listening to the baby talk and cry and do all that. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of Binance stuff here. Yeah, these are the comments when the baby was crying and all that. Lili, mapenzi si ngumu. You're just looking at it from one side only. Okay. That's 99 plus comments. What is the difference?
Emenda, Asim tries everything to get love.
We read this before we go back up. So, Grand Gas. Grand Gas is saying Asim tries everything to get love. We fall in love first, then show care. This is what I'm talking about, red pill content. That is red pill content right there, where they're taught that for you to show love and care, you're a simp. You need to be strong and do whatever you want. What they're not telling you is your level of accountability comes based on what you believe and where you're headed in life. If you want to have polygamy, you want to be a polygamous man, you want to be a polygamous woman, well and good. That's for you. That you take it, enjoy it, have fun. Please, there are consequences for it. If you want marriage, there are consequences of being in love, being in that marriage. If you want to be single forever, there are consequences of being single forever. The question normally is, even as you call one person a simp and another one whatever, the question normally is, for you, when you look at yourself when you're, say, 50,
yeah, will you be proud of yourself?
Will you be proud of the decision that you took outside of the content that you're given and that the content that you believe in currently? Because by the time you hit 40, my mother would tell me, you shouldn't do this. By the time you hit 40, all these beliefs you have about life, about realities, about marriages, about children, they change.
You people think you're negative. You should have met him. Hadi nilikuwa namwambia what he used to say every 2 minutes. He would say he does not care. Like literally every 2 minutes, he would say I don't care. Like, and I was just wondering, if you don't care, what do you care about now? You know, and it's mostly projections from life experiences and whatnot. At the end of the day, you come to realize some of these things in ziko propagated huku nje, they're not very practical. Somebody would come out here, and the other day somebody was insulting Steve Simple Boy, and he has a big following, and everyone is saying he's always right, until you actually realize he said hata simu yake inakaa whole time nobody has called. What type of lonely life is that? When you're born, somebody picks you. Mwenye atakuokota hospitali ni a nurse, a random person that you don't know. And you also, when you die, somebody else will pick you. So you can't live a man solo life. Nobody's an island. You need people. You need people within yourself. Utachizi. Have you ever tried to be alone in your house for 1 month? Inside. Don't talk to a neighbor. Usitoke nje. Just stay with yourself. Utachizi. Human beings are naturally social human beings. So don't let red pill consume you. Okay, that's relative.
Let me address this. I love such comments. William is saying squeezy wazee squeezy wanawake wanahupea wanaume advice on how to be men. If the level of intelligence of a person is measured by his or her level of acceptance of other people's opinions and being able to judge that opinion, a comment like this, why I love this is, your mother was a woman or is a woman. She gave you advice for years. But now you've grown up and realized, oh, women are not supposed to be giving men advice. There is advice that a woman cannot advise a man because she might not understand it. There is advice I cannot give her because I don't understand it. For example, I cannot talk to her about pregnancy. I have seen her pregnant, but there are some things I can't tell her about pregnancy. If I see her in that pain, I don't get it. So if I tell her, why are you walking like that? I don't get that she can't walk any other way. So I cannot, in that instance, advise her, even being as a man. On the opposite side, there is a way I'll deal with, say, my son, and coming from the softer side of her, she will tell me, by the way, that's too rough. Based on my judgment, when I'm dealing with that boy, I look at it from that aspect of this boy still needs a softness for him to exist, because life is not, men needs to stop pretending like life is always a battle. We always fighting, we always
Yeah,
in
it's not a
war. It's not
battlefield.
always a battlefield.
Yeah.
There are times you just, nothing is actually happening, we're just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. So yes, you're being selective with who is advising and looking at it, the advice. If you ever look at advice coming from a woman, go to Tanzania and then you'll tell us.
Somebody has asked what love do men want. That was something we were addressing when we started. I think we've talked about
Yeah, a
almost
lot
of
about it.
all
Yeah.
of them. How do someone deal with a man who provides but do not communicate? Long distance marriage.
That's Jenny. Jenny
Why are
Masha's
you not
headings.
communicating? Because
There's a
communication is the
question there.
backbone. If you guys are not communicating, maybe there's another family. You'll be surprised, like maybe Mrs. Patrick. Why is he not
Why is he not
communicating? Because
saying?
you, even if they are away, the only way a long distance relationship works is if you communicate every day. When we started, we were long distance. I was not in Nairobi. We used to talk on a daily, like we would fill in now. Communication now fills in the gap, the distance. It breaks the distance now. You need to talk on a daily and literally everything, because when you are in a relationship, there's no secrets. If you are at work, people would actually walk in to the business. I'm talking to a client and he's just there. He'll just mute his microphone. Then when I'm done, I'll come back and we'll continue talking. He will just stay in the call if it's his time. If his phone is going out of charge, he will tell me, I'm going to charge my phone. I'll call you back at this time. So intentionality in communication is very basic. You cannot do a relationship without communication, especially if it's long distance. Now it makes it even worse. So if he's providing but no communication, something is wrong.
There's
Either there's
something that
somebody
is
in the
off.
picture. There's somebody in the picture, and your gut always is right.
And when a partner is not communicating, stop filling in the question with your own answers. Find the actual answer.
Yeah.
One, ask. Two, confirm based on the questions that you ask, based on the words that he tells you, based on the answers that he tells you, the actions that he actually takes, do they go hand in hand with what he's saying? You know deep down. If they don't, that's a confirmation that why the reason why he's not speaking is because of that. And so, ladies, ask, always ask. And men also, because men, I dealt with a video the other day when you were talking about men who fear their wives, so they can't say anything because you fear what she's going to do or what she's going to say. Ask. If you don't tell her what you're thinking because you don't like it, I don't like how you talk to me when you talk like this. I don't like how you say some things when you say those things. If you don't tell her and you just keep quiet, because, and I got a lot of comments bashing the talk because they're saying every time Joel I communicate, she comes back to me. It's like she blames me, so I end up saying sorry, and sometimes it becomes an argument. So they notice, I would rather not say, but that's a fear. So imagine living 10 years like that. Say what you do not like.
Guys, it's important to realize that since you are living every day, make it a beautiful journey. If you need to seek help to be in the best mental space, do you know you cannot even run a business successfully if you're mentally unstable, if you're emotionally
All
unstable?
over the place.
Do you know how being unstable in the heart makes you confused, unstable, unsure and all that? You second guess, you're stressed. It's important to fix that. Get help if you can. You can get a tailored coaching session. You can check his bio on this profile and book a session. All the information is there. You'll get a tailored session. Feeling is saying, is it normal wangu hanipei do ananiambia atapea mtu ako kwake do? You can respond.
Anamwambia mtu atapea mtu ako kwake do. So that means the person is not yours. Yeah. So if a man will always invest where his investment is worthy. If it's not worthy investment, giving it to you, he will not invest it. I will not invest my time, my money, my whole soul, my vision with another woman who I can tell anytime I invest there, I don't get returns. It's because it's a two-way thing.
When we were, I'll put reference here. When we started dating, I was a very hyper independent girl. Some of you don't have audacity. I had audacity for days.
Mm.
I was that unstoppable woman. Like, I'm telling you, I would sit members of my family down and tell them what we are supposed to do. You know, about your trajectory. And it's not that there are no men. I'm just stepping up. Like, I was seriously alpha. I remember when he came to my place and he bought ulienda ukalipa mayai, ukalipa maji. I was just wondering, what do you mean you're paying for me? Mi si kiwete. I can pay for myself. And then you said, mbona hata uko na maji ndogo, uletewa
Yeah,
ile
because I
maji
was wondering,
kubwa.
why do you have a 10-liter
Uletewa
bottle?
maji kubwa. Men invest. Men invest. In fact, and by then we were not even married. We were just getting to know each other. Akikupenda ata spend on you. Pesa yake ni ya thamani sana because it's his blood and sweat. So ataiweka penye amethamini. So you are, if you're not, I invest in you ati anangoje ukue kwake, you're not the one. You're not the one. Anaanzanga mapema. A man will take charge before anything. This one alinipata kwa stage na akapata conductor anang'ang'ana na bag yangu. I'm just coming from Eldoret, nimeshuka. The guy is wondering if I'm traveling or not. He's pulling my bag here and there. Unajua vile wanakuwa wamekujalia, they're surrounding me. And he just came like somebody wants to beat them. And then he's looking at that guy kwa macho. Excuse me. Unamjua? Chana na hiyo bag. So, you know, so men take charge immediately. And all my bills, niliacha kulipa bills. Not that I did not have money, but at first I was really struggling. Akaenda akanibuyia a bracelet. He paid for food. We went for, and when nilikuwa nimejipanga nitalipa, usipolipa nitalipa. I was that type of girl. So if you think toxic, I was toxic. So men take charge immediately. If they don't, you're not the one. Another question: What of a man who, when you ask anything concerning him, he feels like you're being entitled to him? How?
If this is the same, very, I think you had asked a different question again. If a man is not willing to give you his attention, money, investment, words, or his ear, he's not yours. He is not yours fully. He's just there because there's something he gets from you and then he leaves. If he's actually your man and you're in a relationship that both of you actually agreed you're in a relationship, and why I'm saying that is because I've realized there are people in relationships that they believe they're in a relationship with that person, but it's only them who are in that relationship.
Yeah.
So they're telling themselves, I'm dating so and so. But if you ask that so and so,
They wouldn't claim you.
They don't
in
claim
public
you.
or
So if you're in that situationship, that will tell you that you're in the wrong place.
Priscilla is saying we don't talk for 3 for a week or 3. Married for 11 years, he's a driver. Something is wrong. Hizo wiki tatu hamjaongeleshana. Somebody is massaging that guy. Period. They don't know how to be by themselves.
Let's look at this from the aspect of a child. Let's use a child in this to answer this question. Have you ever noticed that kids, when they are kids, whenever they meet other kids, it does not matter the color, the race, the religion, or anything. They just interact.
Yeah.
The next day, that kid will, if the kid is already talking, the kid will ask you, can we go see so and so? Can we go see so and so? Because when they interacted, there was a connection. Now, you've been with somebody for 3 years, married with them for 3 years. 3 weeks has gone.
Married 11 years.
11 years actually. A week has gone and you are not talking. There's a very big disconnect there because that is somebody who's telling you they are sharing you with something else. And I'm saying something because we cannot confirm or deny whether there is somebody else. So that's why I'm using something, because it's not always that when a man is not talking to you, he has another woman somewhere. Sometimes he's just even done with this whole conversation of relationship. He just needs space. It happens. I've dealt with many of them in situations. I've dealt with it even myself way some time back. Sometimes it happens like that. But if it's a whole week and you're not talking, whatever is happening with him, can you sit down with him and actually ask? And when you ask, look at the situation, because your tone when it comes to speaking to a man matters more than anything. Second, when you talk to him, notice the time. The guy has just come from a very tough and bad day. Then the minute he walks into the house, oh, you've not talked to me for a whole week. Oh, he will not talk to you. Actually, now you're pushing him further away. So find the time, the right time, and the tone, and you'll find there's something actually wrong with this. Lastly, when he tells you whatever it is, please listen, not to answer. Listen to understand what is actually going on. If he tells you there's something wrong with how you speak to me, how you do this and that, listen and find grace to actually change it, to make this work. 11 years is not a joke, girl. Priscilla, it's not a joke. It's not something you can wake up and just disappear. You have a lot invested in that relationship. Make it work.
Somebody is saying ataki mtu ako na mtoto. Okay, let's go back. Let's now scroll down to the question. Sorry. Okay, still about your advertisements. Mingi.
Yeah, the spam comment when it comes to that. Yeah.
Being caring is not a simp. Very true.
If there is need, we can read the other details as we wait for another question here.
Yeah, the next.
Yeah, the same reason we are here. You learn 1, 2 if you want to. Christine, if you want to take a love like this, it is available. It is actually available. We project what we want and we attract what we want. We attract who we are. We don't attract what we want. You can want the king of Bermuda and you not get that king. So we attract what we are.
You can keep your questions coming.
The questions, yeah?
Genuine love and obsession.
Lil, I love our questions.
You can answer.
Lil is asking, what is the difference between genuine love and obsession? Genuine love has no conditions attached to it. Yes, love comes with exchange of things that she needs and things that I need. I offer her those things and she offers me some things that I also need. But obsession is where you can't even think clearly. It's like when the person shows up, your whole mental space disappears into being about them. Let me use an analogy that makes sense. All of you here know Tom and Jerry, the cartoon. There's a time Tom would be chasing Jerry left, right, and center. And then at some point, he just stops chasing Jerry. Then Jerry is seated there, he's like, where is Tom? What is happening to Tom? So Jerry goes back to Tom to provoke Tom so that Tom can start chasing Jerry again. Jerry is a rat, but Tom is the cat, for those who don't know. Jerry provokes Tom so that he starts chasing him again. That right there is obsession. You're obsessed with playing games with Tom all the time. You're not in love with Tom. It's not that Tom gives you anything that important. It's just one particular thing that you get from this person that it's like you're in a cocoon of this guy either has sex with me and it's amazing, or this guy gives me so much money. There's that one thing. It's not a collection of things. That's how I'll explain that to you.
Hakim is saying, I got drunk and flirted with my wife's sister. It was a moment of weakness. My wife left home. What can I do?
That's a genuine problem.
What happened? Did something happen or it was just flirting?
Because if it's just flirting, it doesn't warrant your wife leaving.
Unless there was an underlying issue that was just a trigger point. But if something else happened, then you need something deeper than this. This will be too general.
Yeah.
You need
because you need
tailored.
If you can't comment what exactly transpired for her to get to leaving, by the time a woman leaves, because especially a wife, by the time a wife who's invested in you for a few years leaves you, there is something that is genuinely wrong that actually happened for her to just get up and just go. Whether some people will tell me maybe she's toxic, maybe it's that he has not said she's like that. So if you just flirted and she just walked away, there's something else you're not saying. There's something
because if it was
deeper.
the first time and you just flirted and she walked away, there's something deeper.
There's
So
something else going on
if
here.
you can't share everything here, you can WhatsApp, then get a tailored session. We will be able to talk about it. I'm still trying to get her question. Ni venye
It has
inakuja in
disappeared
parts.
actually.
Ndio hiyo.
Oh,
Anasema Liamsi anasema like yeye ndo hukosewa kila time. Who your partner?
no,
Don't
I'm not
understand the
getting that.
question. How can you advise somebody in marriage if the guy has been continuously flirting with other ladies? He does not respect you. He needs to give the person ultimatums. Give the person ultimatums. You either stop or this will stop.
You remember what you're saying with our baby? I think it's today.
Mm.
When you are saying, you're saying, if you train a child to, when they throw tantrums, it's okay. It's okay to throw tantrums. That kid will grow up knowing there are no
It's okay.
consequences to
Yeah.
me throwing the tantrums.
Yeah.
It's the same with a grown up. If you've shown the man, it's a woman asking Edith, yes. If you've shown the man that it is okay to flirt with other women and he can continue doing it because there are no consequences, he will never stop. He will actually never stop. You can go to therapy, you can do, but since you've never taken a firm stand and said, by the way, I'm done with this thing because of the things that you keep doing, that man will never stop. So you need to have actual consequences so that it makes sense to them.
Hi, Blessing. Nicolette is saying everything always turns into an argument with my boyfriend, even if I don't mean it to go that way. Um, do you want the relationship to work or you're tired with it? But basing on how you frame the question, you still want the relationship to work. You just don't understand why it turns into an argument. Make him feel safe when you are addressing him. Because sometimes the tone, the timing is wrong. The tone is suggestive. Is it's like maybe I want to be your mother in that situation, or I'm being too harsh. Because you see, for men, for women confront to correct and connect, but men confront to for war. So for a man, when you confront them, they're thinking war. So it's already an a defense mechanism, which is the response you get. It's an argument, okay? But women confront to connect and correct, okay? So your tone, watch your tone, how you say it, and the timing. Is it a good time? Wait for kukikua kuko sawa, then that's the time to address the issue. And when you do, remind them. There was something he used to tell me when we started. He used to tell me when we were having an issue, he would say, I'm not attacking you, so that I feel safe enough. Because already my response is, eh, unansema nini wewe, so that I can just, So when you anytime you are addressing an issue, Nicolette, remind him, I'm not attacking you. I want us to talk about it and actually to come to a conclusion because it's making me feel some type of way. And when I'm talking to you, I want you to realize in this conversation, ukiona nimeraise voice, nikumbushe tu nishuke chini, because the point is not to attack you. Nimekasirika, nasikia niko agitated, but I still want us to talk about it hadi tufike mwisho. So just remind me to watch my tone, but tusigombane. Let's just have it till the end. If you cannot
Becky,
handle it, get a
Becky,
session.
Becky.
Wait,
No,
wait.
these are just advertisements.
Oh, okay.
Becky,
Becky Richard says thoughts about a 40-year-old lady marrying a 32-year-old man with a child who'd been married before. Have you both been married before, or is it you who has been married?
who'd been the man has been married before, the one with
Or
the
with
child.
a child? Age is just a number. Love is
Becky,
love.
Becky, look at this. Guardian, allow me to use you if you ever listen to this. I'll use the public information that we have of people who are doing it in the same setup, or older or younger, and it's working. A couple like Guardian Angel and the wife, people troll those two for years. Where are they now? It's working out. It has been working out. Why? The two of you, Becky and the man, have to have come to a consensus, agreed on where you're going to go. You've looked at, yes, this one has been married. I'm 40. This one has a child. You've not told us whether you have a child, but you've now sat down and you want to make this work. Can you be in agreement in one line, have a clear goal? This is what we are going to do, and we are going to move forward. Absent of society's thoughts, absent of the audience in your head. Because the reason you're asking this question, one of the underlying reason you're asking this question, you're thinking of society. What will society say? What will people say? the two of you are together. You're in the house together. You're going to live this life together. So if you can make it work, stop looking at age. Look at the level of interaction. Look at the two of you, the level of intelligence with the two of you, the level of intentionality. Can you confirm the words that the two of you give each other and the actions that you take with each other actually match? Because if they do, by all means, Becky, go ahead with it. Forget about people. People will talk. Live your life.
The primary thing is compatibility. If you guys are compatible, you align, you have the same goals, you're not differing in one area or the other, you're good to go. The world will be okay. The Anamaro are doing it. How many years now? Going to the ninth one. There's this woman who acted Blood Sisters, the one on Netflix. She's called Stan Nze and his wife. They've been married 10 years. The woman is 10 years older. The world will be fine provided you guys are compatible. Go anguka nayo. Flirting, Edith is saying the flirting has been continuous even after confrontation. He has now kept phone secretly, ndio nisione.
Yeah, that man does not care
He's
about you.
cheating.
He's already done. He's already out. And because you've not shown any consequence, he's going to continue doing it.
You teach people how to treat you. Give people ultimatums, and there should always be consequences of what they are doing, so that they understand. You don't have to shout to be firm. You just need to be firm.
Becky has added some information. Becky is who the lady was asking about. Her, she's 40 and the guy is 32 with a child.
Okay.
Becky is saying she has
no
she has no child and has never been married. Becky, like I've said, if the two of you, when we sit down and you talk about it, you can confirm based on the words and the time that you spend together, the actions actually coincide with the words that the two of you talk about. Spend more time to actually confirm this. Remove the audience in your head. Remove the audience of society, remove the audience of the church, remove the audience of who and who. Yes, by all means, yes, seek assistance from a therapist so that you can actually see, because when people are in love, when two people are in love in the beginning, you're normally blinded by the reality of what is actually happening. So when you have a third party who is not your friend, who is not your parent, who is not your sibling, because they will always take sides. Please, one day we'll talk about this. When you're dealing with things and you go telling all your friends, all your don't look for assistance from like a therapist who has nothing to gain from the two of you being together or being apart. Sit with them, let them talk to you. You can talk to us, let them talk to you, so that we pinpoint something we are noticing, another thing we are noticing with you. Go work on this and then move with that, and realize there is no perfect way of doing relationships. You just the two of you being intentional and making it work.
Which is even pushing us to the next session of this. Ooh, and we're supposed to really have around Minusiku. The psychology behind relationship. Number one, the psychology behind the relationships. Marriage is not forgetters, but forgivers. Marriage is not forgetters, but forgivers. So don't marry for selfish reasons. Don't look for a partner for selfish reasons. Utashanga. You look for them when you are ready to serve. When you've worked on yourself and all you want to do is just give and give and give. That's the only way it will work. Na pia huyo the other person akutafute senye ako willing to just give and give and give. Selflessness is what will take you a long way. Number two, as we wait for your questions, you should never have a relationship that you are begging. Either you're begging for love, money, attention, provision, don't beg. If you're begging, that's too much.
Think of that point in this sense. Have you ever begged your mother or father to love you or to care about you? I know there are some toxic parents. I'm talking about the general, normal relationship between a father or mother and their children. Have you ever actually begged them to care about you? You don't. There's just an expectation that they do. And you realize when you're still young that they do. I know when we grow up, there's a lot of things that come up later, black tax and all that. I'm talking about when you are younger. You never had to. So it's the same with adult relationships. If you're begging all the time to be cared for, to be loved, to be seen, to be heard, you're in the wrong place. You're with the wrong person. There is a question here from Eftas.
when the man is a good father but a bad husband, how can you address that?
Now, from that perspective, I'll answer you from a coach's point of view, not the emotion side of that question. A man can be a good father because he grew up praying hard and deciding that he's going to be a good father the day he has kids. Then when he has the kids, he actually follows through with that because he has been training his subconscious to do that for years to come. But this same man is not a good husband because one, either he does not know what that means in that relationship genuinely, or two, something is actually off in that relationship. He doesn't see the need to be invested in it. There are only those two ways. A man normally is invested in a place that he can see actual returns. So on the kid side, he has already made the decision as he was growing up. But on the husband side, can you confirm or deny whether he was like that in the beginning or it has started now or later as you're doing life together? Because if it was like that in the beginning and he was a good man, he was a good husband, he was a good father, he was all the combinations of an office of a man in one man, and then later he has changed, something triggered that. Either someone showed up or there's a constant way that relationship has been that the two of you, when you're interacting, he has noticed this is not worth it. So he had to change because when a man decides this is not worth it, he doesn't pull away 100%. He just pulls away a little bit. And then one day you'll realize you have been alone.
Yes, sir. Did you know you can be an adult of 40 years and learn something from a child? Did you know that? I hope that makes sense. If you know, you know. If you have wisdom, you'll understand. What are your thoughts on age gap, relationship? Relationship 10 years with someone who wants to behave their age. Who wants to behave their age? Man, woman, or I don't know. I think I need to get
Cinta, what are your thoughts on age
context.
gap relationships 10 years apart?
If you're 10 years apart, provided you are, I hope answer yao mwingine imejibu yako. If
Yeah,
you're
because
compatible,
if
that's
you're
okay.
compatible, it's okay.
That's okay.
Relationships are not about age gaps. We are just taught to think that you need to be a certain age group between the two of you or age gap for that relationship to work. It doesn't work like that.
My grandmother was born in 19, I think 1932. By the time I'm born, she was like 65 years.
Mm.
But my guka
Mhm.
I think 3 years younger than my shosho. Si ameaga wakiwa pamoja. They have been married more than 80 years. So age is just a number. And for kitambo, people were not even counting ages. Tulianza hii kitu tu the other day. If you guys are compatible, good to go. Do men change after choosing another woman over me?
Do men change after choosing another woman over me? Are you married to that man? That's a question I'll pose back to you, because when you say changing, it's his attention has shifted to another woman and shifted away from you. If you're not married, it's going to shift from time to time because he's with this one today, another one tomorrow, and another one the next day. But if you're married, there's something terribly wrong with that.
Somebody with no name is saying, I'm so lonely in my marriage. What happened? Why are you lonely?
Loneliness,
Because
I'll actually use our own son. Loneliness comes from boredom. The two of you stopped dating. That is why people get bored. You're so used to a routine, you're so used to doing things the same way that if I ask you where your partner is on a Thursday evening like today, you know exactly where they are. If I ask you where will your partner be on Monday at around 2 p.m., you know, yet Monday is not here because you know their routine, you know their pattern, you understand them like that. So what happens with a normal human being? Just look at a baby. A baby can be playing with one toy, and then you lift up your phone like the way she has the phone right now, and instantly he wants that toy. You put on, say, our universal mother, Miss Rachel. You put on Miss Rachel, it's going to sit there for 5, 10 minutes, and then you come with something else. Now he wants that other thing. There's a constant shift in his mind to want to do something different. But adults, you get into a relationship because now you've gotten the girl has gotten the man, you stop doing this. You stop taking care of your body, you stop taking care of your hygiene, you stop smelling good, you stop taking care of how you look. You have a baby and hmm, you stop taking care of your body. After you're done with having kids, you don't go back to finding a way to take care of that body. So you become comfortable, and comfort comes with a lot of loneliness because now you're just there, you're just winging it. So even on Sundays, I've heard so many people say that Sunday is family day. So there's no other day that's family day apart from Sunday. That's the only time they'll eat together, they'll go out together. They don't do it any other day.
I beg to interject.
Mm.
There's a video you made the other day that you said people should create family traditions. Those are the things that help revive your relationship, whether you're still dating or into the marriage. Because somehow mtu atakubo. Even if you stay with your sister, your blood sister, every other time
They're going to
atakubo
bore you.
at some point, unless you're doing something interesting together. So find ways to, do things that revive your relationships. If you don't have money to go on vacations and whatnot, you can try walks. You can get questions to, ask each other, like play dates. You even as a woman, most of us, especially women, we get to a point we just focus on becoming the praying wife, not the playing wife. Play a little. They say a whole day without play makes Jack a dull boy. So same thing in the same way a baby gets bored with one thing, same to an adult. Human beings are the same throughout, just in different stages. So create uh, traditions that make it beautiful. Even you can create days that you actually decide to cook. Like today, he made supper. We have a nanny. I was home. When he got home, he said he's making supper. He made food. He served me. Nikakaa nikakula. I just showered and got ready. But yeah, alifanya everything. So make traditions that work. It does not have to. You don't have to go out of your way, Sana. Small things that make it feel
And
new.
because we're in this content world of an African sense of, if a man does that, yeah, you're being a simp. If a man, if you believe that, don't do it. That's your way of looking at life. Don't do it. But realize, well, if you're not offering, at one point in life, somebody else is going to offer,
Yeah.
and it's going to be accepted because it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be interesting, and they are used to a certain way. Why do people cheat? One is because they make it a choice, they choose to. But two is because they are bored from doing the same old thing every other time for years on end. So look at it from that perspective. Army White TV, is it Army?
Ami White TV says a couple with compatibility in vibe, chemistry, and taste, but differ in financial and future compatibility.
Mm.
There are kuna zenye ni non-negotiables that mtu hata change, but kuna zingine ni negotiables. For example, financial and future compatibility. I mean, finance is a very serious and sensitive area. Can you guys get a professional financial advice and see if you still align or you are still differing? Because sometimes financial differences in a stem from our childhood. For example, kama mi natoka familia yenye we are used to abundance, so I'm just thinking money will come, and he's probably coming from where it's not. So his way of living life is hoarding, kuficha ficha, save, and sometimes I'm feeling we need to live a little. Where is the balance? Where is the balance? So is it something that you need to seek professional help? Because you see, chemistry alone is not enough to sustain it, kwa sababu kutakuwa na other dynamics. Now if you consistently argue, eventually it will become something bigger. Because if you're arguing every other time, you drift. Now you start having resentment over issues that you should have sorted. Don't jump into the marriage until you have properly addressed the issue. If it's not addressable, don't go into it, because it will still come back for as long as it's unresolved. So get professional help.
Army.
How should baby mama's issues be solved in a marriage? What is the context?
Yeah, either you need to confirm the context behind your question, because you're asking about baby mama issues being solved. We need to know.
It's a little general.
Yeah, we need to know what you mean. Okay, is it this? We are dealt with this about long distance relationships, yeah? Domi, thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's a video that Joel has done. Somebody's asking about
Yeah, let's use this. It's better.
kuna watu wana
Mm.
okay, somebody's asking about the dating questions to ask their partner. There's a video you have done. You can search dating questions. I think that is even
It's
the
yesterday or today, either
yeah.
yesterday or today. But okay, since we are here, some of the dating questions we are normally taught to ask are very vague.
Mm.
Like, what do you like?
Forget about what is your favorite
What
color.
is your favorite
That is
color?
irrelevant.
What do you like sports? What do you think about, I don't know, politics and about these politicians? What does that have to do with anything in your life? Nothing. A question. Let me just give you two so that you can go watch the other ones. One of the questions you need to ask, because this is a normal human being that is prone to change constantly, and sometimes the pattern of change is going to be the same thing, but you just need to notice it. So a question you might ask is, when it comes to finances, what do you think about money? Or what does money mean to you? What you're looking out for here is, you did not ask a question about what they do for a living, which is normally a very bad question. It even ends most conversations. Don't ask somebody what they do for a living. Ask, what does money mean to you when it comes to relationships or when it comes to marriage? And then keep quiet. The answer that they're going to give you, what you're looking out for in that question is how the person perceives marriage, perceives money in terms of giving. If it's a man, giving to you. If it's a woman, the same thing. How the person thinks about capacity.
Hmm.
Capacity here, I mean, if they're coming from abundance, like you was talking about earlier, they're not really worried about money. If they're coming from scarcity, they're always thinking the money might not be there. So what do I do? If you're dealing with such a person and you notice that and it's a scary thing for you, and then you go ahead and stay in that relationship, it's going to come out in future and it's going to affect you. Plus other things. Question two is about how they relate with their past relationships. So the question would be, if it's a man, when you look at your past relationships, what would you say was wrong with you? If it's a woman, ask the same question in the same way. If you look at your past relationships, what would you say was wrong with you? Why would you ask somebody a question like that? Sounds like you're attacking them. No, you're asking so that you gauge.
The ability to self-analyze,
Exactly.
self-reflect. Because most of the time when you have an ex, it's easy to say alinifanyia, but what did you
What
do?
did you do?
Are you somebody who is able to look internally and pick some things out of you? Also, another question you can ask is, what is respect to you? If you are coming from maybe Western, respect is unyamaze ukae jikoni. Or if you're maybe from the Kalil nation, respect is unyamaze, you keep quiet, you're a woman. But kuna mtu mwingine respect is how you talk to me. Kuna mtu mwingine respect is how you treat me. So respect might be different to the person. So what is it to that person? Ask them. Ask them if what how do you handle intense situations? Like how do you handle conflict? Are you somebody who checks out mwenye anatoroka? Kuna people who are avoidant, they don't like accountability, anatoroka tu. Kuna watu wenye they are head on confrontational. How do they handle conflict?
Mhm. Yeah, Samu. Niaje? There's no other
Yeah,
person.
still ilikuwa tu under hiyo dating.
Yeah,
So talk up aya, ask them if they want kids. Some people don't want kids.
yeah, you in
Yeah, we
2026.
are in 2026. Ask them, do you want long-term marriage? Or there's some people who don't want committed relationships, they just want to have fun. Ask them serious things about health, like would you deal with somebody who has health issues like terminal conditions, ama wewe utaki hizo? So because sometimes we ignore these important things, and then hapo mbele unasema niligonjeka akanitoroka. Did you find out kama ni mtu ako na endurance to take care of you when you are unable? Because things happen. You can be with somebody for 3 years, wapate accident, mguu ikatike. Can they step up? or they can't. Akona hiyo capacity or not. So tough questions, tough questions. Mm, my question, according to men, does love equal to sex? Not really.
No,
No.
no. Like when it comes to a serious man who wants to be with you, sex is in the equation, yes, but it's not the main thing. And you can even tell because they're not really after you for it all the time. And if a woman asking this question can confirm by noticing, there's a time every call that would come to your phone, every text would come at around a certain period of time, either on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays. During the week, it's more of conversations towards the weekend. So it's like they're prepping you for that they can go out with you. That's purely sex driven. But when a man actually just wants you,
Quality time, you just
he
chill
will not
together.
even take you to most fancy places. You'll go for walks with him. Sometimes he'll take you on a drive and nothing happened. You'll just go sit somewhere on some seat somewhere in a park. You've gone to nowadays we have these park and chills. You just go chill somewhere, nothing happens, and then you go back, you're confused. Okay, what does this guy want? He genuinely just wants to hang out with you. The sex is still part of it, but it's not the main thing, Lil.
Somebody saying, what if he doesn't want you to touch his phone and you also don't know where his finances come from?
You're in the wrong relationship.
Secrets will kill a relationship faster than bullets, because you need to know what they are doing, their main business. Okay, for example, I need to know his sources of money. If anything happens, how will I handle myself? Because that's how you find when people, when maybe the husband died, the wife went back to zero because hakuwaijua anafanyanga biashara gani, huwa inamanijiwa aje.
Like the
You just
apartment
stayed at
utawala.
home. Yes, like there's an apartment in Utawala yenye mtu ajaenda collect rent. So it's important to involve, to know what they are doing. If they are keeping, kama simu ya mtu ikikuwa tu inaccessible, it means something is fishy. Because why would you hide your phone? There's something you're hiding. There's always the small signs, don't ignore them. Because if he doesn't want you to touch his phone, there's something in there. And if you don't know where his finances come from, it's too secretive. I mean, that is serious. What if ni serial killer? Then siku moja mnabishiwa amekujiwa na ma DCI and now you're an accomplice. You understand? So it's important to know those things because inaweza kukuaffect in the long run. Mungu saidia isikuwe kama Mrs. Patrick. No, it won't, because things don't go wrong, they start wrong.
Yeah. We just ignore.
Yeah.
We ignore
Things don't go wrong, they
but we
start
know.
wrong.
You see it from the beginning.
She said from the beginning, aliona ABCDEFG. She said from the beginning she was fighting with the in-laws. So why would you think you can build somebody who's never defended you in public? When we started, he said if his mother is not okay, ataamua tu itabidi amekubali ama tutaenda. You know, there was a readiness to confront the situation head on. And I would not let my people disrespect him for whatever reason. I would not let mtu amchape ama treat a certain way, and he would not want the same for me. Because you see, we are building relationships better than where we came from. We're making it more intentional. We also agreed that even if we have kids, we will not make them the center of our life because they will grow and go.
They will live the same way we left our
The
parents.
same way we left our parents. Sometimes you are 3 weeks, 1 month in, you've not gone home. That's the same way your kids will live. So you make you make a friendship out of it. This, you see, there's a lot of red pill on social media, and that's why it's hard for people who are having thriving relationships to actually come out. Yet deep within, everyone is craving it, but it's easy to just um, project and vent and call those who are actually having it right simp and pick Misha. But if I want to be picked by you, see, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we need to we're not staying for longer than
10 minutes.
Yeah.
The next questions,
We have
I don't
some
know.
engagements in the morning. So
Yeah, tutakuwa tutachelewa sasa.
yeah. So we pick 5. Oh yes. Let's do a survey here first of all, which because I've not seen this happening with so many people. Let's do a survey here. This is the second session we're having together. Tell us whether we should do more of this from based on the way that this has been running. 2, We only taking 5 more questions, but it's a bit late. Yeah. Yeah, I need her to go and sleep so that you can wake her feeling good. Yeah. So, questions. Your mic went off. That's why I took it.
Oh, so we
No,
can
I'll
share.
hold it. It's okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
we pick 5 questions. Now, I don't know. Would you still do so we did the other day we
Oh,
did
yes.
a 1000 session and then we got booked Ikaisha. Are you still doing it?
Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we have 3 slots. We can take 3. So what we did last, was it on Wednesday? She had convinced me. Normally our 1 hour with those reset sessions
It's 5,000.
it's 5,000 per hour. For the 2 hour sessions, it's 15,000. It's there. The link on the bio will show you those details. So we have noticed there's a lot of people who come to our DMs, to our WhatsApp, and then the minute they're hit with the fee, they disappear. And then she asked me, okay, these people who disappear, do you realize you still didn't solve their issue? So they still have that issue. The hindrance was the amount. Can we do an offer? So the offer is, we still have that 1 hour session, but you only pay 1,000 Kenya shillings
On the live session.
for the people who are on live. So that you're not going to see it on a link in my bio or in any video. It's just here. And then you're not going to come say tomorrow and tell me, hey Joel, no. You're booking it as you're listening.
So book your 1 hour session here.
For tomorrow, for Friday, not Saturday. Saturday 1 to Saturday, unless from 4 p.m. to
or Sunday after church
to 8. No, Sunday after church I have 2 programs. So unless it's tomorrow and then Saturday in the afternoon, in the morning that will not be possible. Tomorrow from 11 we have 2 in the morning, 11 from 11 there. So you can book the 1 hour session from that time, and then Saturday in the afternoon. In the morning it's not possible. For only 1,000.
With him, he's so corporate. You can even he has sessions sometimes 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, especially when he's dealing with clients who are outside Kenya because of time differences. So you can book your session. You book right now on this live session at 1,000 bob. The number is here. You book your session at 1,000 bob, then you will get your slot so that you can have a one-on-one session. Sometimes it helps your clarity. It helps. So we were to pick 5 questions. Remember to book your sessions, and then there's the vetting files.
Yes.
Book.
There's a lady here, Mary or someone, who just a second that I show this. So you've normally seen this in all the videos that mostly 99% of the videos that I have, they're normally at the back. So these are my books. This is a Mythos prayer. The Mythos prayer was written for people who are looking to understand what prayer actually means. When you're praying, before you pray, before you utter a word, what are you actually saying? And then what is that one prayer that you can pray? As for a family, we have a family prayer that we say every night, that we wrote and sat down and agreed this is going to be a family prayer. But this can be yours, where on page 49, which is where the prayer is, you start this one, which is where the prayer is. You start by understanding what you're saying, and then you say the prayer. Then immediately after the prayer, it explains the words that you're saying. What do they mean? Then if you're a firstborn, biologically, or you have a firstborn identity, because some people have that firstborn identity, this book was written specifically for you. To do what exactly? There are questions that I've noticed in my research sessions and interacting with also my sister, and noticed that firstborns have questions that they never get answers to. And if somebody tries to explain it to them, they explain it from their own experience, not from a firstborn's identity's experience. So what does that firstborn have to do? This is that book for you. It will first identify those things that you're going through, mirror them to you so that you see, and then give you answers to those questions that you've never gotten answers to. Lastly, or second last week, one book is not here. This is one of my favorite books ever, The Vetting Files. The Vetting Files, this one, you see it on, let me show you. It's
Magnifying
mirrored.
glass.
I know it's mirrored there. Yeah. The Vetting Files was written specifically to look at red flags and also to understand yourself in any form of relationship and understand the other person. When I say any form of relationship, it also comes to business. So it's not just marriage.
Prices. All the books are 1,500. You can get the book. You can get an what is it called, an ebook?
You can get an ebook,
or you
the
can
soft
get
copy,
the
or you
soft
can
copy
get
or this hard copy.
this hard copy.
1500 bob.
You can use the number, since we are on live, you can use the number. The number on your screen has WhatsApp. I assume everybody now in the world has WhatsApp. So you can order from there. Each copy is 1500. There's a book that is not here called the Year of a Session, Middle's Year of a Session, where that helps you plan your entire year. That one is also in the link on my bio. If you want either of them, we send them anywhere around the world. I've had copies of these go to Uganda, the US, where all over. Some guys in Qatar, they get them, or you have somebody who's traveling there, they go with them. If you get the hard copy, the beauty of it, I sign it for you. Soft copies are not signed. It's a bit hard to sign a soft
So
copy.
you can just order. Yes, in Nairobi, Kenya, there's Nuria store.
Nuria bookstore, it's there
can,
in town, and all the other stores that they have. But
you
if
can
you want
get
it
a
directly
copy.
from us, because the ones in Nuri are not signed, but the one that you'll order from us directly, we are going to sign it for you so that it remains your own thing. Yeah, the cost.
That's why somebody saying the sessions are expensive. No, they are not. Actually, they are
They
not.
are very cheap.
For what people get, they are not. That's why it's already working. So, but on the live sessions, we like right now, if you can book a session, 1,000 bob, but only expensive. That's an offer. That's 1,000 bob. You can get a 1 hour session. You can book while to kwa hii live, because after live it just goes back to the same. There needs to be a bonus for family members. Hello, family members. Hello, cousins.
Oh, and yes, since we're on that, quickly as we take the other question, people who are reaching out for premarital classes, marriage classes, post-marriage classes, reach out using this number. The way I do it is we first have a session with individuals. So you and your wife, or and your future wife, we have it individually. I get to understand what is happening, where you're looking at, what you're thinking of doing, the things you'd want to do. And then we tailor that premarital class or that marriage class based on that. So you're not coming to just take information from general information. It's for you, specifically for you. Unless now you join the classes that sometimes we have where we're all together. We've bundled up people together. So reach out for that. For that one, we'll not give you prices because it varies depending on the couple.
Yeah, it varies. Somebody is asking. Mhm. Oh, we are voting. Oh, should we do more?
Yeah.
We are voting.
62 votes. Nice.
Wacha. We are voting. So, we should do more. That's really nice. Somebody was asking a question about bwana kama huyu unatoa wapi? There's something called alignment. There's something called alignment. You see, you can only attract somebody on the same healing journey as you. Okay. Before that, because I was mirroring other people's relationship, I even said I don't want mtu mwenye mama yake ako hai. Heri akue alienda kwa kusalimia Mungu, because I don't want to deal with a dramatic mother-in-law. But you see, what happened is God alinipatia watu wazuri. By the grace of God, I have an amazing mother-in-law. We've never had an issue at all.
Yeah,
we talk even more than they do.
Yeah.
We chit chat, we talk about everything. So I want to say this, you align. Sometimes when you are praying for someone, maybe next host, we will co-host.
Yeah, for those who are asking whether they can co-host, we'll do it. We'll do it soon. Yeah.
So I was saying you need to align. You become what you want first. Because sometimes I want a tall, dark, handsome man with beard. Does that tall, dark, handsome man want somebody with my character? Does he want somebody who is shouting, somebody who is screaming? Does he want somebody ananuka kwapa? Does he want somebody mwenye haezi jitengeneza? You understand? Iron sharpens iron. You meet somebody at the same level of healing as you do. So work on yourself, you'll attract. Don't chase, you'll attract. When you become that person, God works in very interesting ways. When you become that person, atakuja sasa. Shida ni sometimes anakuja nawe hauko ready. So you have to work on yourself, work on your character, work on your personality, work on what you consume. If you're always consuming red pill ya watu wenye wameproject hapa wamekasirika, you will also not attract, because utapatana nawe mtu alafu mwambie ama utanifanyia kama wengine atoroke. Because you are saying the wrong things that you should not. So pray to God akupatie wisdom, but also work on yourself to become somebody who will attract the other person.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu ameuliza hapa swali very important. Cindy was saying, what do you say about a fully providing husband but no emotional, sexual or physical connection?
two things that make that happen like that. One, the minute you met with him, the relationship was directed towards the side of provision, nothing else. So when he started doing it, he didn't see the sense of doing other things. That is one way. Second reason, he has no clue because he was never trained by anybody to do the others. He learned by offering. If you remember, and most of our generation, the generation of our parents, people above 50s and above, around 50s and 60s, men were taught that as long as you provide, everything else does not really matter. So if he was trained by a man who is like that, he also picked that as showing love. So he'll give everything in terms of finances, but anything that is intimate, he doesn't see the point. Like what we were joking about earlier when you were saying, our parents, most of them, you have never seen them hug, you've never seen them kiss, but the kids are 18.
16.
You're 16 kids. You wonder, did these people buy these kids or what? You see, so if he was trained like that, that's why you're dealing with such a person. I've dealt with such men and they actually do change because now they're shown the reality of this is, yes, you're doing this and congratulations for doing that and thank you for doing that because you actually do it. But there is also this side that you can do this and it still elevates the relationship and it helps the relationship actually move and grow. But you have to be trained. The man has to be trained because maybe he has no clue. And if you've mentioned it, because he doesn't know why he needs to do it, he will continue doing it like that.
What about a man who is always talk about his what is the question? What about a man who is always shy to talk about his problems financially? Create a safe space. Insist on your agenda. Your agenda is I feel safe and you are share. People only share with you when they feel they can trust you, when they feel they can connect with you, when they share you, they won't be judged. So create a safe space. I have said this 4 times, 5 times. There's a moment he used to insist, I'm not attacking you. I want us to just have a conversation. So insist on, when you share with me, this is just between us. It's not an opportunity for me to get something to go and gossip with my besties. No, I want to understand where you're having financial struggles. Maybe I can share hata kitu inaweza kukusaidia. Or maybe I can give an overview or an oversight. Because you see, women have an eye for detail. Men are more engineered, ni kama anaona na binoculars, direct, straight. But women now focus on the details. Wanakusaidia into that journey. So tell Uyo you are able to, it's a safe space, they can share with you, then you will always listen. Mwambie hata kama sina opinion, hata kama sina advice, you can vent here, it's a safe space. Somebody said hello, he said he want a second wife. Why?
If you want a second wife, why? And do you understand the consequences that come with that? Are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to be accountable to having that second wife, knowing that now there comes a responsibility with having one, now there's another, there's a responsibility of having kids with that first one and then this other one. Are you ready to do all that work? If yes, good luck with it because the consequences that come with it, you're going to have to deal with them.
We need to end.
Yeah.
We need to end. If you guys have your questions, you can book your sessions. This is the number to WhatsApp. You send 1,000 bob. Hapa kwa hii live, you'll get a session. Kuna 3 slots kesho na Saturday sasa. Saturday you can do how many? Like 6?
Saturday you can do 6. Saturday is normally easy for this. Plus, guys, I love doing this. I love doing this. For me, it gives me energy when I see people doing well. When I see somebody who's come to me and things were not clear, and now, after we had that discussion, they know exactly where to go. They know exactly what to do.
Clarity.
I live off of that. It's an amazing thing because I have seen it in my life for years, and the day it got clear how most of these things work, I decided we are going to be doing this forever.
Long term, we'll actually have a one-on-one session.
Yeah, there's something we're coming
up with. We'll announce when it's ready, but we'll have a one-on-one session. You come,
like
talk.
Nothing you've never seen before.
Like one-on-one. You are seated, we are talking one-on-one. Right? There's a question here. Ridoano is saying, if he disappear and reappear sometimes, he doesn't pick calls, but he claims he loves me. He's a player.
Yeah.
Read the handwriting on the wall.
P-L-A-Y.
Anybody who loves you has consistency in their language. Very subtle. You can always tell. If they are inconsistent, something is wrong. And the wrong is kuna mwingine. Somebody is filling in the gaps. Senya uko, somebody is filling in the gaps. So when they disappear and reappear and they don't pick calls, the message is loud. You're not the only stranger in that Jerusalem. Okay? Hi, JJ saying, Joel, my guy. Mwambie shout out. Tano 10.
That's who? Maybe
Jay,
hi. Yeah. There's even here Joy saying, I'm so happy to be here. God bless you. Amen to that.
Somebody's asking for my name. You can check my page, the image consultant.
She forgets the underscore. It's the underscore
the image consultant. I do styling, branding, and image consulting. So if you like what you see even on his page, this is branding. This is branding. Sometimes you become a better person because of how you brand yourself. Kuna mtu ameuliza unapata aje mtu kama huyu. You also have to brand yourself to be able to attract mtu kama huyu. If you want somebody mwenye ako Muthaiga Golf Club, you will have to brand different. Of course, you can't wear skimpy. There's a way you have to present yourself. And then now looks alone are not enough and dressing alone is not enough. So we have to polish the mind. We have to polish how you speak, how you articulate, how you present yourself. So image is bigger than it is.
Let me add something.
Branding.
Men in this session, the way what she has just talked about and the mind, by the virtue of how you've been listening to her, now you get why I'm with her also. Because you know, most of you know me. Most of you are getting to know about her now. By the virtue of how we've interacted with you, now you can tell why we are together. Because this works. Because even the level of thought, the level of intelligence, it's at par with each other. So when you're looking for somebody, you first become, as she's saying, that person that you would want. So if you're a bookworm, person who loves books, and then you get somebody who does not even know what Genghis Khan or who Genghis Khan was, he has no idea what that is, it will never work. If you're somebody who likes going on hikes, trips, and all that, and then you get somebody who's just, it's as if they're bedridden, they just want to be there, it will never work. So you get as per what you are first, and then you attract it.
Opportunities with Jared is saying we're in Mombasa to an event. We're not in Mombasa. Last year I was in Mombasa, better part of it. He was actually working from Mombasa.
We will come where the money
he'll
is.
Come back. Is it possible to attract something you don't like? No. You don't like short men, but they come a lot. Do you know for a man to say hi to you, unakwanga umempatia cues? Ladies, let's just be open. When you unampatianga lead on, like you smile back, you are aonge. So when you lead on, why are you leading on the short men? But then, if you don't like short men like me, don't even waste time. Utachukia the whole time. Because utakuwa unamwangalia unashanga, sasa huyu mbiliki mumkora. You understand? And it doesn't have to be like that, okay? So...
guys, if you're short.
No. I
no, it's a preference.
It's a preference. Yeah. Me, I'm tall already. So I could not... Yeah. You know, most girls are 5.2, 5.3. Me, I'm 5.6. So you see, there's no way I would go for a 4.8 or 5.1. Ningeshanga, ndugu. Hey, Jesus.
Is.
So if you don't like short men already, don't even settle for one. Tafuta wenye wanakaa hivyo. But then don't be too hard on yourself. Make your... have realistic expectations. Sometimes we are too delusional with our expectations. Halafu unapata we end up not attracting anything. Ama we attract garbage, quote unquote, and then now we spend the whole time tukicomplain about social media. Hakuna bwana ya mtu, people are centipedes, elephants are rhinos. Kumbe it started wrong. Your delusions were too intense. Let's be real. Get somebody within your realm of reality. Okay? We are ending up. How many people are booking sessions? We are 317 of us. Akimi, I'm rooting for all of you. When you wamesema sessions ni expensive, 1,000 bob. 2 sessions gone. Ndio. Watu wamelipa. 2 sessions gone. There's 1 session open for tomorrow and then 6 sessions for Saturday. Nani wako ready? You book here at 1,000 bob. And then if you want the books, you can always order. Either you have a firstborn identity or you are a firstborn. either you are looking for ways
Make sure you
to
get these books. The ones that
ni
you
long
see,
term. Ni long term.
the ones that you see in every video that I normally have.
This
They're
one you
the
can
ones at
even
the
give
back.
your children. Not just hard copy.
Yeah.
You can even share with a friend mwenye ana making bad mistakes. You don't have to buy it for yourself. You can buy for your friend. Ule mwenye anakuanga amecomplain kila siku.
Online.
Mtumie hii mwambie please use this as your magnifying lens.
Kaira,
Sessions
it's online.
Anauliza sessions ni za nini?
Sessions are therapy sessions. You get therapy sessions. And if you've never done it, I've dealt with, by the way, we need to mention this. I have dealt with very many people who've never had therapy sessions before.
Books 1500.
Books are 1500. People who've never dealt with, done therapy sessions before. And when they come in there, there's that fear. So they're looking at therapy as amount, not the consequence of going through that therapy. What it's going to give you, the clarity is going to give you. And I'll tell you this, the reason why the very top of the best people around the world have that level of success is because they have coaches.
Yeah.
All those people
Top
you see
people,
at the very top
they have coaches.
in any industry. It's not just games, athletes and football and all industries. They have coaches. So if you want your relationship to work, you want your business to work, you need to have somebody who can get you through it. And as they're taking you through it, you get to learn and you get to understand yourself so that you move with ease. So get yourself the session today. So that's just 1,000, yeah?
Let me advocate for you. Mary Jane is saying, can I get at 1,000 bob? Lipa 1,200. Alijazia for you 300. Lipa 1,200 kwa hii session. Lipa 1,200. Mi nitakujazia 300.
And
Mi
you
nitakujazia
make sure you
300.
tell me on WhatsApp.
And you forward. Just send to this number. If you are here, lipa 1,200. If you pay after the live, just buy for 1,500.
Yeah.
Don't beat me.
So it's okay.
12
But make sure you send the details via WhatsApp because I get so many messages.
Somebody has paid.
I need to know. Someone might have paid for something and I have no
Yenye
clue.
umeshika ni gani? Hii ilikuwa vetting files. Hii ni ya relationships. This is a relationship guide. It's long term. Even if you're married, you can still use this. Because a marriage is a relationship. It's just a long-term relationship. Okay, so this one is for relationships. Then this one is for firstborns. Sorry. Firstborn. It's okay. Firstborn is anyone who is like a firstborn or somebody with a firstborn identity. Firstborn identity ni mtu mwenye ana feeling the need to solve everyone else's problems. You're always prioritizing everyone else except you. If you watch the movie Monica, you understand firstborn identity. You might not be a firstborn, you might be a thirdborn, but you're taking care of everyone else. So this is a book to remind you who are you before you are given the firstborn identity by your parents or by your surroundings, so that you are constantly taking care of your siblings except you. Teaches you how to prioritize yourself, how to have the balance. Because kuna kwanga na guilt ya, mbona ninue samaki ama ningetumia brayo shule na ajakula samaki. You understand? So you find you have lived your life pleasing everybody else except yourself. But problem is time passes you by, you realize time imeisha and everybody has moved on except you. Everybody is living their life except you. Because you are always in the shadows. Nobody is asking how is Flani doing. Because we're you're supposed to take care of our problems. You understand? So you might be a firstborn or have a firstborn identity. Get this one. If you pay right now, naona kuna mwenye amelipa, nitakujazia 300, 1,200. But the books are 1,500. You can get an ebook or this hard copy will be sent to you. And this one is for prayers. If you are somebody who is living this life, you believe in something, you believe in a supernatural being, how do you align? Wengine wanaita manifesting, wengine wanaita nini, but how do you align? Because it's one thing to pray and wish, and it's another to align so that you attract whatever it is you are praying for. For those who are WhatsApping, to respond after the live, because we are winding up. We will have this session again when?
Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is a good day. Tomorrow is actually a very good day. Yeah. So live tomorrow.
8:30.
8.
Will I?
Yeah, let's do 8. So that we also have some time because
let me 8:15.
People need to sleep and people need to
8:15, 2 hours. Tomorrow 8:15, 2 hours. You tune in.
Do you know what time? So yeah.
5.
Yeah. So
yeah. So thank you guys for being here. It's time to check out all your questions. When you mmebakia, we will continue tomorrow 8.
Don't forget the programs. If if you have something that you need coaching on, I normally tailor programs for people.
Nimo, get your book.
And these programs are very helpful. I'm doing a few right now, one on leadership. It's not just relationship. I'm vast in especially business. So I'm doing one right now with somebody on leadership, because he's become a bigger leader in a different country, in a very good position, and needs to understand some differences between an expert and an executive, and how to go around it to be the best there. I've done coaching for other people on investments, on scaling, and we've never mentioned the academy.
We have Africata Academy.
We have an academy called Africata Academy. It's at Africata Academy on social media, where we talk about business development and growth. So that one is purely on business. So you're here and you have business. Go look at the page at Africata Academy. I've shared some videos there. I'll post it on my stories today so that you also see it. There we just deal on business, because we have so many business people who actually need assistance in from beginning, the initial stages, to the point of scaling. How do you grow all that? And it touches on marketing, it touches on sales, it touches on identity of the founder, identity of self before you get into leadership, and then touches a bit on leadership and how to now scale depending on which market you're in. I know that's a handful for most people, but thank you for this live. Thank you for guys. I've seen somebody say, I think it's Lil, who said she's been here since the beginning of this live, and she has never been in a live for the entire live. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's an amazing person. Guys, allow us. It's
how to attract someone like a good partner.
Yeah, we will deal with this question.
Align, we will deal with it tomorrow. Kuna mwenye aliuliza, it's the image at the image consultant the image consultant. Ukicheck stories, I think we share kwa stories.
We'll share in the stories, and also if you've not joined our subscription, subscribe. Join also our groups, the ones that we have on TikTok here. Go immediately you leave here. We're going to post those two videos so that you see her page and also you see the business page.
So that you follow
from there. And if you have questions of business, reach out via this number. Don't fear asking.
Nick, whatever that is.
Yeah,
Nick has been here the whole time. Shout out
Nick
to you.
Was here last time. This time, hey man, thank you. Yo, yes, it's about that time. Okay, so guys, hold this for me a minute.
It's been a good ride.
It's been a good one. We back to leave. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8. It's now she's saying 8:15. We'll make sure it's at 8. Me, I love time. Time is everything. Okay? So, good night. Thank you for your time. Thank you for even being here to listen, to question, to bring in your thoughts. We appreciate that. And we also thank the fact that you guys follow, you guys reach out, you guys comment. Some of you never comment, but you still stick around. And when we meet out there, be saying hi. Good night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.